Hello everyone and welcome. I hope you guys are all doing well. We're back in business with the Legendary Lords Tournament. This is going to be the third stage or third group we're going to be casting out of 17. So there's quite a few. Obviously, if every single Legendary Lord is represented, we're going to be going balls deep with, I think, 68 Legendary Lords, I think is what it is in total. And that's including ones that are kind of on the side, like Red Duke and, who don't have their own playable factions. But we have like Boris Todbringer, we have Red Duke, we have all those kind of characters. So should be fun, guys. Welcome, welcome. Yes, today we have Kholek Suneater, we have Grombrindal, we have Malagor the Dark Turkey, then we have Wurrzag on his dancing pig, and he's ready to go, man. Should be quite a bit of fun. Of course, now is the time to make your predictions. Who do you guys think is going to advance as far as the format goes? We are split into 17 groups of 4, and basically the top 2 from each group will be advancing forward. So, for example, if Malagor were to win 3 and Wurrzag were to win, 3, the other lords were to lose all their games, basically, or lose however many games, Wurrzag and Malagor would be advancing. And once we do get to 17 lords, because it's essentially going to be 68 and then it'll eventually end up at 17, we will be doing like a faction war style grand tournament with all the different legendary lords who've advanced. So yeah, should be fun. I don't know if we've done Techless yet. I don't think so. Well, I actually took over Techless because the player who we had playing Techless just kind of went MIA, didn't want to play, I guess. So I took over Techless. So I'll be playing Techless in this tournament, which is pretty funny because I'm just learning High Elves. But, I played a couple games so far and they were good. So yeah, should be quite a bit of fun. Unfortunately, in my group, I do have to face off against Falcon, which is rough. He is on tic-tac-toe, but he wins with tic-tac-toe, man. It's pretty scary. Rooting for Malagor the Undercrow, I see. All right. Yeah, I know. Everyone wants Malagor to win. Yeah, Falcon's playing tic-tac. Yes. Alexander, I bet a tenner on Grombrindal. Well, you got to make a bet with someone. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate the donation to kick off the stream. Gets things rolling nice and good like. How about an FFA with the last 4 Legendary Lords standing? Garland, that would actually be pretty funny. But it's such a long tournament. They're working so hard to get to the grand finals. I would feel bad to have it decided by a haggard FFA, But I think we could do that as well, in addition. I do like that idea a lot, Garland. I think it's good. Turin, is Queek still alive? I don't want to spoil it for you because Queek is still playing his games. I think Queek has played 2 of his 3 games. So not all the group stages have finished. We finished about 6 of them of the 17, and they still have another week to finish. Most of them are 1 or 2 games away from finishing, so we should be good to go from there. Hey, I'm doing very well, Jake. Thanks, man. All right, so we are going to be loading in here to our first match, which is going to be a real intense one. It's going to be Papa Kholek. So the player Papa Palpatine is playing Warriors of Chaos, and of course Grombrindal, who's literally in a clan called Sons of the Mountain, is going to be playing the Dwarves. So definitely 2 powerful lords here going at it. Kholek is usually a pretty weak pick against Dwarves. Not weak, but he's not optimal because he's such a big target. But, he can be made to work, for sure. He has crazy good AP values. He can really smash most of the Dwarf Lords and cycle charging in combat. But he's just such a big, juicy target, so it can be a little bit scary. Yeah, I've been keeping up with the teasers. I'm very excited. If we get, a big confirmation of something or other, I'll happily do a video on it. But with these, I don't know the lore, so I'm just I look at it, I'm I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, we forgot to put Alistair the White Line, but Major Moolah in multiplayer, Alistair, I believe, is a hero character, so you can bring him with your lord, but he doesn't count as a legendary lord, unfortunately. So although it would have been cool, I would have liked to have had him. I think that would have been fun, but he can only be played as a hero in multiplayer, so it is what it is. All right, guys, so here we are, first match of the day. It's going to be Warriors of Chaos. Remember, in total we are going to be having 6 matches today. It's going to be each player obviously playing their round of games. So in the front, it's going to be Chaos Marauders into the Sunset. Obviously, these guys are cheap. They're shielded. They're relatively quick by infantry standards. They are just bodies to get roasted by Dwarven Flamethrowers, which is quite a bit of fun. Who are the players today? Palpatine. We'll go over them as we do approach them and whatnot. So here in the back, we got Chaos Marauders with great weapons. Obviously, a pretty cool Chaos army. It's these guys have kind of fallen out of favor. What you see here are the Gorbeast chariots, but not for Papa Palpatine. He's got 3 Gorbeast chariots. A lot of players opt to get the much cheaper Chaos Chariot, which costs $750 as opposed to the $1,200 on these bad boys. But yeah, they have much better armor piercing, much more impactful against dwarves. But yeah, so most of the gold investment in this army is in the quad Gorbeast Chariot, dude. Oh, this is some serious shit. We We also have Kholek Sun Eater. The caster is going to be a Fireball caster. Interesting choice. Fireball oftentimes is used down the pipe, so what's going to probably happen here for Palpatine is he'll grab the Chaos Sorcerer, go down the pipe here, and then just drop like a fat Fireball down the hide of the Slayers and try and take those guys out. Thomas Swingler, been having a hard time recently, and your streams have been a magnificent distraction. I got you, man. I'll be trying to go every day this week, or at least almost every day. So I'm there with you, Thomas. Hope you're feeling better, man. And here on the flank, we got the Chaos Sorcerer Fire. Like I said, a couple Marauder Horsemen in the back just to respect the dreaded Gyrocopters. Gyros would have been very good here against Kholek. And now for the Dawi, for Grombrindal, front line of Dwarf Warriors. They will trade well against Marauders, but not so much against the Great Weapons. Slayers in the secondary and a metric shit ton of Iron Drakes. So we have triple Iron Drake with the Trollhammer Torpedo, and we have triple Iron Drake with the Flamethrowers. So somebody in chat asking about the format. So basically, it's a group with 4 legendary lords in it. Each of those legendary lords plays 1 game against every other lord and the individual with the best record. So it's called a Swiss League. It's basically a Swiss format. So there you go. All right, guys, the battle's underway. Chaos is going to be advancing. Those Iron Drakes with the Flamethrowers will be very good against Marauders. However, the Gorby's Chariots, how many Slayers do we have? We have 1 back here, and we have 2 back here, I think. Yeah, we have 2 Slayers in total. Very strange not to see the Dragonback Slayers. They are very, very common here. So here it comes. Grombrindal going to be advancing up with his Iron Drakes here. Going to be unleashing a hot payload here onto the face of these Marauders. God, imagine charging into that. How bad that would suck. Like, yeah, like I think most actual like regiments would just like run as soon as that happened. Being bathed in like a flamethrower in like a fantasy, in a fantasy setting. Anyways, yeah, you can see the Chaos Marauders really getting tracked pretty good, but now this is where things get a little bit crazy. The Gorby's Chariots, oh no, the Gorby's Chariots take a huge volley to the face, but as soon as they get in, they're going to be super disruptive. These haggard baboons, I guess, whatever's pulling those things, the Gorbeasts, should probably turn around and try and shut down those Iron Drakes. Now, Kholek's going to be making his way in. He will be tasting a little bit of a flamethrower, and also some Iron Drakes will be blasting him. So I think Palps is going to be taking some big damage on the initial engagements, but obviously once Chaos is able to saturate in with those 4 Gorby's Chariots, it's going to be an unholy nightmare for the Dwarves to protect it. Now, a little bit of an issue for the Dawi is they're using their Slayers to defend the flanks against Marauders, whereas you need the Slayers right here in the center mass of the formation to try and fight against the Gorby's Chariots and give something here, because right now the Gorby's Chariots are just going balls deep on this dwarf formation. On top of that, Chaos Marauders with Great Weapons have gotten through, and Kholek has been able to shut down essentially 2 Iron Drakes right here, which is very painful, but the front line for Chaos is running in many areas. Great Weapons running here, we got Marauders running all over the place, but the Slayers here in the back were hit with a fat, erect, burning head, and on top of that, the Marauder Horsemen are really doing a number, just kind of poking them down, but you know, this is the big issue for the Dawi. The fact that 3 of the 4 Gorby's Chariots are all in immaculate shape is going to be a substantial problem. So these ones pulling back right here. Dwarves winning some engagements here on this side. Obviously, the Chaos Marauders will lose pretty bad to the numbers of the Dwarves here. Gorby's Chariot here fighting Dwarf Warriors. Totally a fine situation. And Great Weapons have appeared to pile back here, but the White Dwarf is leading his people here, and they are able to break off those Marauders. And now the Iron Drakes with the Troll Armor Torpedoes are shooting again, and they're going after Kholek. This could be a lot of damage. Kholek's at 5,300. It looks like all those shots missed. The most inaccurate dwarves in all of Karazhan here are going to be missing those shots. So a little bit unfortunate. Flamethrowers going in as well, blasting into the Gorby's Chariots. I think the recipe for success for the dwarves here, which are actually starting to stabilize on this side, is definitely killing the Gorby's Chariots. Kholek can be dealt with later. Grombrindal and a bunch of Slayers can drag him down. And you can see, oh no, Kholek actually overextends, and he's getting roasted with hot fire. Oh, he must have gotten caught in a smoke bomb or something, and the Rune Axe of Grombrindal was popped as well, so that bad boy's hitting like a truck. But unfortunately for the dwarves, they don't have any way of chasing Kholek off the battlefield, so that bad boy probably will be back in business soon. So Balance Fire is pretty damn close, despite the fact that Kholek is routed. Chaos has done a pretty big number with their chariots. Iron Drakes here running. This whole position here is probably going to be going down. These Iron Drakes will be getting taken offline as well. And Kholek is back in the menu, boys. He is here, and he is ready to come back in and start hammering. So some Trollhammer Torpedoes trying to square up and shoot, but the Gorby's Chariots, despite the Slayers, are being very, very disruptive. Here comes a little bit of a hot Iron Drake action on the Chaos Sorcerer. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but the Chaos Sorcerer does also have 90 armor, so by wizard standards, they are pretty durable. And the 2 Gorby's Chariots here still going rampant, being chased down by Dwarf Warriors, which isn't going to do a whole lot, and just to make sure those Iron Drakes don't get too crazy, Papa Palpatine does commit the Marauder Horsemen here in the back to shut down the Iron Drakes. And it looks like Chaos, despite taking a little bit of a hammering on Kholek, I think 6 Iron Drakes might have been a little bit ambitious to protect, for sure. I mean, I can see like 2 and 2. That would allow you to have a couple more Slayers or something to, blunt the charge of these chariots. Maybe a couple Gyrocopters with Brimstone guns would have been very nice. But in this case, the Quad Gorbies have just been going just ape this game. And you can see Kholek Suneater is, he's only winded. He's huffing and puffing. Kholek's got some good cardio. I mean, he's a 4-legged giant dragon beast, so I'm sure he'll be okay. The White Dwarf, of course, still here, but if we look around the battlefield, I see dwarves in Exodus heading back to their mountain holds pretty much all across the board. We got dwarf warriors here. We have Iron Drakes here, but they're about to be shut down by a single Gorebeast chariot, which is very unfortunate. We also have Marauder horsemen, so anything that's like loose in open field is probably going to get hunted down. Those chariots, I would imagine, have just done so much damage to this game. I'm really actually quite eager to look at the value accrued at the very end of the game. So the White Dwarf able to go there and help cut down that last Gorebeast chariot. I think one way that the dwarves could potentially get back in this game is, yeah, with these Iron Drakes here. Oh, the last samurai ripping the shots in the face of the Gorebeast, but nope, they get plowed. And Grombrindal misses the shot as they ride by, but they are going to be wavering. But then another Gorebeast comes out of nowhere. Marauder horseman probably considering charging. Really nice flash bomb there, though, by Gromby, able to slow down that Gorebeast. Probably allowed the White Dwarf to maybe take one of those out. Looking around, dwarves are pretty bare bone, though. We got dwarf warriors here. Chaos is, doesn't have a ton as well. Chariot department, let's see, we got 2 here, 3 full health Gorebeast chariots, quite painful for sure. Kholek's rocking about 1500 HP, so he's no slouch. I mean, Kholek could come over here, just avoid the White Dwarf until the end game and just cycle charge him to death is probably your best bet. We got some Marauders coming back in the distance. Looks like some great weapons, and over here the Chaos Sorcerer is also in good shape as well. And Chaos Sorcerers, like I said, are much more combat heavy compared to other casters. They are not slouches and can do some serious work for sure. So here comes the chariots once again, running down the Dwarf Warriors. We do have one last bastion of the Iron Drakes. You can see the bounce power is Chaos favored, but it's not quite point of no return, but all it's going to take is for these Trollhammers to break, and then it will be point of no return. So Grombrindal really needs to make these Iron Drakes like just carry super hard. I mean, if they could kill Kholek, then the Chaos Army might struggle to kill the White Dwarf. But with Kholek cycle charging Grombrindal in the late game while he's surrounded, that should be enough to break him. Not break him, in terms of leadership, but actually just take him out here. Gorebeast chariots do get in there, and they're able to run through those Iron Drakes again. Iron Drakes probably pretty close to breaking. They're not ITP, so Kholek could do it. But here comes Grombrindal with a potentially nice attack here into the back of Kholek. Yep, 400 damage. Pretty nice for sure. The dwarves quite literally have nothing left except the White Dwarf. It's been a very close game. We're at the almost 7-minute mark, and both players have been scrapping. I think despite the fact that he had 6 Iron Drakes to protect, he's done a pretty good job. Also, something to consider is how unorthodox the build is here of Papa Palpatine. You almost never see Kholek, and you almost never see quad Gorebeast chariot. Right? It's almost always Chaos chariots. But the Gorebeast chariots have been very nasty this game. Very cool build from Palps here. A little bit weak to gyrocopters. Like if you had seen like 4 or 5 gyros, I think his build would have really struggled with only 2 horsemen. But nonetheless, it paid off the gambit. Here comes a fireball going into the White Dwarf. We'll do a little bit of fast forwarding now as the Gorebeast chariots clean up the last bastion of Dwarven infantry. And now it's basically Grombrindal versus the Chaos World. And you can see what I was talking about here, how Kholek can just come in and cycle charge, pull back while he's surrounded by infantry. It's pretty much the doom of such foot characters. And also the Gorebeast chariots hit very hard here. Kholek comes in, gives him a right proper hammer in, and it looks like Grombrindal, the White Dwarf, is going to be falling to the Chaos Gods here, but he'll be back. That's his thing. He's always, reemerges. He's some sort of ethereal being. They've wronged us. I know. Well, guys, Chaos draws first blood. Masterful play there by DBD Palpatine. He's going by Papa Kholek in this tournament, but he is Papa Palpatine. He is probably one of the better Chaos players in the community, so really a pleasure seeing him in action, playing one of the best Dwarf players in the community as well, which is really fun to see. So very cool builds. I appreciated the 6 Iron Drakes, but it's very ambitious. Like if he had just got these, gotten more Slayers, and just kept the Trollhammers, I'm sure he would have been, more or less okay. 200, 2400. One of the Iron Drakes did very good. And the last one got 400 as well. So only like one of the 6 Iron Drakes really was productive. Everything else was kind of just, really struggling there. White Dwarf did okay too. Kholek, 1500 value. Gorebeast chariots, 900, 700, 1400, and 1500. That's pretty solid. Gorebeast cost, I think, 11 or 1200. So at least 2 of them paid for themselves. And the other ones were, obviously, someone has to eat those torpedoes to the face. But yeah, very cool build for sure. Very light on infantry quality by Chaos standards. But that's the thing. Like, I think Grombrindal's build would have been a little bit more... Turin referring to Gorebeast as apes is driving me bananas. They look like little apes. I think this build was more designed to kill like more elite infantry quality, right? Like, because then like if this army's more narrow, the Iron Drakes are more effective. But against a super wide army, well, it's not even that wide, I guess. It's the Gorebeasts are so damn expensive. But they did it. They did it, man. All right, so we are going to be loading into the next match in today's group stage here in the Legendary Lords Tournament. So give us a hot moment. We'll be doing that, and thank you guys all for joining. That is the first match. So Kholek versus Grombrindal has been concluded. So Grombrindal, if he loses one more game, he's basically eliminated, right? But if he's able to win a couple, then he can still advance. So we'll see. To you, who is one of the best Tomb Kings players? Oh, it's weird. You know, not many people main Tomb Kings. You know, oftentimes they're kind of like a, yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of a Tomb King main off the top of my head. Someone who's like, you know what? I really only like, I've almost always played Tomb Kings in my best of threes. I mean, I know King of the Dead does, but he doesn't even like, he'll play Vampire Coast, he'll play Norska. He's certainly pretty good at them, but he's been a little bit inactive lately. Flying Taco used to probably be one of the best Tomb Kings players out there, but he's also been a little bit inactive in the tournaments recently. But yeah, those are two players who I would say are really, really good Tomb Kings players. Yeah. What Warhammer race are you most excited to potentially see? I just want to see Kislev. Yeah, give me the Kislev. Because I like human factions. I love playing Empire. I don't, you know, I kind of suck at Bretonnia. I played them in a tournament the other day. I actually thought I was good, and I was like, you know, I'm actually just not very good at Bretonnia. But yeah, Kislev I'm really excited for. And obviously, you know, seeing Chaos get all fleshed out is going to be super fun, dude. Horus Heresy, thank you for the 20. For the Dark Gods, and hope a Warhammer 3 announcement by the weekend. Yeah, me too, man. That'd be really cool. Or it could be some dreaded DLC, who knows. Horus Heresy, again, thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, Flying Taco is probably one of the better Tomb King players. Yeah, he's really good at them. Arrow is also very good at Tomb Kings. Yeah, he's got a really good like technical understanding of them. Arrow's good at a lot of factions. He's got a really, that's one of Arrow's big strengths from what I've seen. He's got a good range of factions. He can play a lot of stuff. Ogre Kingdoms, yeah, that could be fun too. How do you deal with people who play horrible artillery boxes online? Typically, you know, if you have like pendulum effects or any bunker busting magic, you can just crush them. And you need to build for the box too. Like if you're playing dwarves, you need to have something that can crack a box, whether it be like a penumbral pendulum spam, maybe a big purple sun on top of their iron breakers if they're just sitting there. There's a bunch of different ways. Yeah. Yeah, Fistek is also very good at Tomb Kings. Although, yeah, he played them a little bit in the Everchosen. I think he played them once against Arrow and then once in the finals. I can't remember. I don't know if he can, yeah. He's definitely like good at all the undead factions from what I've seen. All right, next game is actually going to be another dwarf game. So we're going to be getting Grombrindal trying to stay in the tournament. So if he is actually defeated by Malagor here, he could be in a lot of trouble. So this is going to be Malagor versus Grombrindal. So it's going to be BBB Malverde facing off against Grombrindal of the Sons of the Mountain. Am I going to participate in the World Championship tournament? Yes, I'm going to be playing in it. Yeah, I'll probably get eliminated early, but who cares? It'll be fun. Get some good replays. Have a good time. Yes, yes. Yeah, Ogre Kingdoms will be really interesting to see. I'm really curious how they're going to implement them. Since most of them will be large, but I think they're just going to have a ton of like chaff units, kind of like slave type units that they can just use as screens and things like that. All right, we're loading into the next match. It is going to be the Beast People facing off against the Dwarves. And speaking of boxes or defensive formations, you can see here Grombrindal has come in here with the, yeah, they've come in with the dreaded box. So we got Rangers, front line's going to be Dwarf Warriors. In the back, we do also have double cannons and a single flame cannon as well. That's some serious shit. Aaron asks, why do you prefer Chaos and 40k over Fantasy? I don't know, because I don't like Chaos Demons that much. I mean, I think they're kind of cool, but I prefer like mortal Chaos followers. I don't know, and I like Chaos Space Marines. I think they're kind of cool in terms of their looks, like the spiky Baroque armor and things like that. But yeah, I don't know why. I can't really answer that question. So yeah, Grombrindal with a very defensive formation. Cannons, it's like, this is super tight, man. Like one like traitor can overcasted, like a bunch of, there's going to be a bunch of stuff that could really punish this type of play for sure. Granted, you know, it can work. It can be strong here. And the Sigor isn't a bad idea because he can kind of throw over the trees, whereas the cannons have to shoot through the trees. Although it looks like 4 cannonballs going to be nailing that big boy right now. Yep, he takes a nice blow to the face there. Anyways, for the armies of Malverde, he's got the Razor Gore Chariots. Looks like 3 in total, so very similar to what we saw from Palpatine. Minotaurs with shields. We got a Bray Shaman of Death, who does have Purple Sun. Like a single good Purple Sun, like right here. Like if you cast the Purple Sun right there, something good is going to happen. It's going to go here, it's going to go here, it's going to go here or here. It's going to hit something, right? Or even like in the middle. It's going to rotate somewhere and really disrupt that Dwarven formation. On the flanks, we have a bunch of Harpies to shut down Gyrocopters, and we do also have 2 Ungor Raiders to poke Slayers, which I like quite a bit. So let's get this party started, guys, and have some fun. Let us know in chat, are you rooting for the Dwarves and Grombrindal? Because if he loses this game, he's going to essentially be eliminated from the tournament. He'll have, of course, his third game to try and ruin somebody else's day, but if you lose 2, typically you are eliminated from the glorious battles. But the Flame Cannon shooting in, going after the Razorgore Chariots. It looks like Malverde is going to be pulling these guys across here and trying to dodge some of them shots, but the Flame Cannons don't do that good against the big armor here. The Razorgore is able to take that like champs. We do, of course, have the Rangers getting ready to shoot in. Flame Cannons probably will be switching onto the Minotaurs with shields. Oh my god, an unholy legion of Harpies descends. Look at that. And one cannon is instantly shut down. Man, that came out of nowhere. The other cannon is being saved. It looks like Dragonback Slayers are able to peel there, but oh, and there's going to be a purple sun while the Chariots come in. A brutal onslaught here from the Beastmen, pushing in from all angles. And you can see that instantly kills some Rangers. It keeps going over on top of the infantry here. Like, Purple Sun against boxes is very strong. It also tears apart the Dwarf Warriors in the front. So, oh my god, look at the damage on that Purple Sun. Now, had that been elite units like Ironbreakers or Longbeards, that would have been devastating. Potentially like a game lost, right? But it was mostly chaff units for the Dwarves here, so it's not the end of the world. So one cannon is shattered. The Purple Sun tears through and breaks the Dwarf Warriors and Rangers here. And now the Beastmen are piling in every direction. Razorgore's getting into the Rangers here. On the flanks, we do, of course, have the Ungor Raiders shooting into the artillery crews, so those cannons are broken. And so far, a very, very strong start for the Beastmen. I would say they're relatively ahead on the balance of power here. But the Razorgore Chariot's still diving through, but now the Dwarves are able to pile in and get a little bit of damage against that bad boy. Very, very nice. And yeah, the box is broken, so for anybody wondering how to break a box, now it doesn't mean the Dwarves have lost by any stretch of the imagination, but that box is 100% busted. It's now devolved into a relative open field battle, so yeah, oh yeah, you know, I totally forgot. Malagor is here somewhere. Yeah, okay, we forgot to mention this. Malagor is quite literally hiding in the trees back here, and all he is doing is serving as an arcane conduit, which is hilarious. Malagor doing nothing. I think at the very least maybe a Cygor summon would have been cool to bring, but yeah, Malagor is just a mana battery in the back. So basically the Beastmen are fighting without a lord. Ungor Raiders, a little bit of a miss micro there, do actually go into melee here against the cannons. They should probably try and pick off that flame cannon because it's still doing some good damage. It's really helping to clear the chaff units, although flame cannons friendly firing the dwarves there is pretty unfortunate for them. Balance of power is still pretty Beastmen favored here in this situation. Granted, it's certainly a game the dwarves could bring back. They've reformed ranks here and now have an artillery position, which is protected by Dragonback Slayers and the White Dwarf and Longbeards for sure. So this is a situation where if you had Morgr, right, like there would be spawn right here, and it would probably be a Beastmen victory very, very early on. But Razorgore Chariots moving in, running over some of the Dragonback Slayers, but also the Dragonback Slayers are doing some decent damage, but the Harpies pulling in. Harpies do okay against Slayers because they themselves are infantry size, so the Slayers do not get a bonus versus large against them, and also they can do a fair amount of damage. They have 44 weapon strength, so right now Malverde sweeping in and really, really pulling ahead on the balance of power. He's going to be piling in and going after those Dragonback Slayers, and yeah, that's great value. We also have Razorgores coming in the back here, going to be running down and just hammering into those guys. It's looking really, really grim for the Dwarves. Their artillery positions are all compromised and kind of cramped here. And Malagor just sitting in the back being a haggard freaking mana battery. Although, yeah, I still think he should have ran up because he could be like beating on some Dwarf Warriors here. He could be like, it's still a heroic character. So I think that's a relatively substantial mistake from Malverde leaving him back there. I know you're worried about him being sniped, but like who cares? Like he's just like 800 gold, you know, arcane conduit back there. At the very least, you know, get him up here. Get his 400 weapon strength hitting on the Dwarf Warriors here, and I think you're going to be in okay shape. So that's probably the biggest mistake. Yeah, he needs to come in and be active. Now it's too late, but I mean, I think that was the one thing the Beastmen have done wrong. However, it looks like the game is going quite well for them. They're more or less just running around free will here. 2 Razorgores here. We got 3 right here trying to push onto the Dwarf Warriors. Rangers are pulling back. But that's the thing, right? Like, Grombrindal is a presence here. He can definitely pull this game back if the Dwarves are careful. They still have a lot of infantry. The Cygor has a lot of ammo too, though. So yeah, the Dwarves, look at this. They're actually securing their position. The Beastmen are getting pushed off. Though they're ahead, the Dwarves are probably going to form some sort of a Death Star at this point and, like, you know, be able to push towards that Cygor, which could be a problem. Here in the back, you can see Rangers up in the sky shooting into the, not up in the sky, but in the forest, shooting at the, I meant to say they were shooting up at the Harpies, but they're actually shooting at the Razorgore Chariots here, which if you can shoot at them, it keeps them broken and maybe will help get them off the battlefield. Here we can see the Brave Shaman of Death is going to be moving in, and there he goes, man. He's going to be riding through those guys nice and dirty like. This Brave Shaman, if the Beastmen are to win this, is going to be a super important variable. He is a really powerful armor-piercing bonus versus infantry piece. So he'll be one of the things here that really can help potentially take out Grombrindal. Razorgore still doing their thing. We've got some Minotaurs with shields kind of hammering in the Dwarves here, and there's also more Cygor balls coming after the Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors here. Little raiders just kind of running to the winds. The Ungors do have 41 speed, so compared to Dwarven infantry, who typically are in the low 30s or high 20s, they can outrun them with relative impunity here. But yeah, the Malagor needs to get in there. But oh, it looks like there's going to be another purple sun. This one won't be quite as sexy as the one we saw earlier. It still will hit some dwarves here, but in the end, the purple sun was a little bit lackluster. Probably spirit leeches would have been better because they weren't that bunched up. They were really scattered in kind of a loose formation, but it still, sends a message here. So here comes Gromby moving after that Razorgore chariot. You can see they're going after that bad boy. Razorgore chariot losing models would be pretty huge for the dwarves, and Grombrindal doing a little bit of a shuffle there as he does get run over by that Razorgore. He's like, Anakin, I'm too weak. And the Brave Shaman of Death still doing a great job, man. Beastmen Raiders now firing downtown. They appear to be shooting at Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, and a nice Cygor boulder right there does shatter that Dwarf Warrior unit. Obviously, they're over that ship, but guys, I have to say something. That bounce of power is really, really coming back to the middle. The dwarves are scrapping. They're rallying, man. And the Cygor is going to have to get involved in melee. Malagor is going to have to get his wings dirty. I still think the Beastmen are in a position to win this, though, for sure. Brave Shaman of Death and the Razorgore chariot running in there doing a great job. As long as you just stay away from the White Dwarf and just keep hammering these like Dwarven infantry that are running an open field. I mean, the Beastmen should have such an advantage in that state. There's no range tools left for the dwarves. I think there's like some Haggard Rangers in the back who are like super tattered. Although, oh no, the Ekron's Miners might be able to do something about this. Yeah, a couple volleys and, blasting charges do hurt light armor quite a bit. But the Minotaurs do get in there. And they are able to take these Rangers to Pound Town. So the Rangers should break here in a moment. But the Ekron's Miners might be able to actually finish them with the blasting charges. Over here, the hunt continues. The Razorgore Chariots plus the Brave Shaman of Death still causing a ton of disruption. But as that Cygor runs out of ammo, the bounce of power keeps ebbing back to the middle. Because ammunition is a pretty big variable. Here comes another boulder, missing that shot right there. Bad boy's got one boulder left, so he better make that one count. Here you can see Dwarf Warriors are chasing down the Ungors, and Longbeards are chasing down these Ungors. So the Ungors should more or less be running for their lives now. They're not going to be terribly effective in combat at this point. But yeah, look at that. The Razorgore is actually broken by the remnants of the Dwarven Infantry Corps here. We have 8 Dragonback Slayers, which is actually quite huge because it applies a slow. And Malagor's going to have to get out here, dude. I honestly think the Malagor thing may cost him the battle at this point. Because like keeping him back in the trees, that's still your lord, and he still, hits kind of hard. Malagor does have 55 melee attack and 400 weapon strength. Like, some of these units could potentially be dead by now had Malagor been fighting cautiously. How quick is he? He's got 43 speed, too, so he can kite the dwarves if he has to. He gets those little stupid peacock wings running, and he's able to get away here. But the Cygor is still going to be very good against these units. Do the Beastmen have any other chariots or support units? They have the Brave Shaman. The Minotaurs have run back in from the backfield, having chased off those Rangers, and now should be able to break these Dwarf Warriors here. And now the Cygor is just dropping some bows, man. Grombrindal with a nice flash bomb here, though, and the Brave Shaman is kind of facing the wrong way, and he's going to take some big old karate chops there from Grombrindal, the White Dwarf. Oh no, he's shaken and stirred. 8 leadership, 11 leadership. And yeah, Gromby doing it. So this is potentially a game-losing play, too, leaving the Brave Shaman here to fight or getting caught in that situation in the first place. The Cygor is doing pretty good. We got Minotaurs coming in, we got Razorgores, but now look at the bounce of power, guys. It is ebbing back in the favor here of the proud Dowie, as Malagor just sits in the trees casting his arcane conduits all day, but there's no more magic to use if the Brave Shaman breaks, although Spirit Leeches could come into effect. Minotaurs piling into combat. They are, of course, pretty good at killing infantry units and, generally anything that's armored, but the White Dwarf is no joke. He's able to beat them down, and he has popped. Grombrindal has no fear, so the nearby dwarves will be getting a combat buff, and now the Cygor is going to be getting chopped down pretty good. The White Dwarf running in, satisfy the grudge! He's coming in to chop this bad boy down. He's got some Slayers in there too, so even if the Cygor tries to run, what's going to end up happening is that the Slayers will slow it. It's down to 25 speed. It's going to be getting hit in the heels as it tries to get away. That is pretty unfortunate for sure. 15 leadership on this bad boy. The dwarves are facing a bit of a mass rout, and now something wicked comes this way as Malagor the Dark Omen moves out of the forest. Going to be making his way across, going after the Dwarf Warriors. So finally, the Peacock has emerged from his tree line there. And here you can see the Brave Shaman of Death. That bad boy needs to just pull a fat 360 spin and get out of there. Those hogs are squealing as the White Dwarf does hunt them down. So the Brave Shaman of Death is going to be fleeing for the hills. So yeah, that is a full health Gromby. And without the Cygor, I mean, there is a way to kill a full health Gromby if the Brave Shaman wasn't so damaged. Looks like Spirit Leech was used to kill the last of the Dragonback Slayers to try and free up that Cygor, but it's looking pretty dwarf favored now, because now, the Peacock emerges from the trees, and yeah, man. He's like, oh shit, maybe I should have came out earlier and helped them, because now I'm the only one. You know, he has a charge bonus of 54 too. I mean, he's not like an absolute joke in combat. I mean, Malagor himself is a bit of a joke compared to Morker, but you know, he could definitely be clearing out dwarves. When like the dwarf box was being compromised, he could have been a big playmaker for sure. But now he's going to get his goose cooked for sure. He's going to be getting served up at Thanksgiving here in the halls of Karazankor as the or wherever it is, Karazakarak, as Malagor is afflicted by the flash bomb. Like, why give him wings? You can't even fly. It's so stupid. They're just like these big decorative wings. If anything, it makes you more vulnerable to like missile fire and things like that, right? But in this case, what do the Beastmen have left? They have a Cygor with like a couple hundred HP, so we'll do a little bit of fast forwarding here as the Dark Omen is just manhandled in combat. And with that, the Dwarves, they come back, dude. Oh my god. That was a really good comeback, though, because the Beastmen really were in a dominating position. But that Purple Sun and the Chariot Charge and the Harpy Alpha Strike was really good. Malverde played a very excellent game against a really good player. Just a slight mistake with his Lord. I think if he had that presence, he could have won it. But in the end, the Dwarves pulled that one back. The grudge is satisfied, my friends. The grudge from the last game is satisfied. And, yep. That is it. That is it indeed. Malagor can fly in the lore, and I think he could in tabletop. Yeah. It'd be cool if he could fly. Like, had a toggle on and off. Like, maybe, like, he could be unique. Although that could really probably be abused in multiplayer. I don't know. Alexander, thank you. Good luck. Wishes for Gromby for Fight 3. I need to go to bed now. Jan, hey, get some rest, Alexander. Really appreciate that donation, man. And I'm sure the White Dwarf will not disappoint you. We'll find out. He has to face Greenskins for his next game. He has to face Wurrzag, which is no easy feat, for sure. So, you know, it's gonna be trying. It's gonna be trying. Now, real players here in this game. The Flame Cannon didn't do that well. Neither did the Cannons. They all got shut down. But White Dwarf got 1,400. Dragonback Slayers 1,800. Really nice. Ekron's Miners got 1,000. Wow, that's really good. For the Beast People, Malagor got nothing. The Bray Shaman got 1,800. Razorgor's pretty good. Yeah, decent. They didn't quite pay for themselves, but they were still really obnoxious. And the old Cygor got 1,700 value, just sitting there throwing boulders the entire time. It was a game. Would you build a Kislev? Yeah, I would. Humongous. I would build a Kislev army. Lady Turn would enjoy that. So I have an Empire tabletop army I'm working on right now. I'm painting the Demogryph Knights at the moment. So by the time Old World comes back, I'll have like a full Empire army, you know, and then I'll get a Kislev army, and I could probably play those two factions and be very happy. I might be interested in playing Dwarves in Old World too. I don't know. It depends. Because I have an Empire army. I'll get a Kislev force. Because they're for sure going to have Kislev. They've already pretty much confirmed it in the Old World. So, all right, hover over the numbers. I did, but I'll do it again for you. So here you go, guys. You can see the numbers here of the Dwarf Warriors, just to really satisfy the grudge here. 1,800 on the Slayers. I know some of the Rangers did okay too. Rangers are pretty cheap, so they can do their thing. A couple of the Razorgors almost paid for themselves. Minotaur's only got 400 value, which is pretty rough, but the Cygor did his piece. All right, there you go. Let us go ahead and load into the next match here in just a hot minute. Thanks again for joining today, guys. Hope you're all doing well. That is going to be Malagor versus Grombrindal. Certainly quite a battle. Quite a battle indeed. Let's go ahead and delete that. Make sure I got the right one there. That's cool, man. I personally can't wait to play Bretonnia with fresh new models. Yeah, that's really exciting for sure. You know, yeah, Kislev, I think it'd be really fun to just paint Bear Cavalry. So, you know. Lost Cause, I wouldn't say they are, no. It's going to run in tandem. So basically how it'll probably work is that in Warhammer 40k, you have what's called the Horus Heresy, which is kind of a sub-game that's run mostly by Forge World models. So I'm assuming Old World will be just like Horus Heresy, but probably much more popular. You know, obviously with the presence of the Total War Warhammer 3 probably being out by the time that comes, and like, you know, all the hype that the Old World has been getting via these popular games like Vermintide and Total War Warhammer, I think Old World will be very popular. I hope that there's a big like push for it, like when it comes out and people actually like play in events with it, because dude, I'd be so excited to see the Old World just like do better than Age of Sigmar. Oh god, that would be so cool. It's not going to happen probably because it'll be through Forge World, which is extremely restrictive, but that would be really cool. That would be how did he even get 200 value? He hit a couple Longbeards. He hit Grombrindal like a couple times at the end of the game, so that's how he got his value. So what do we have next? We have We have Wurrzag, we have Kholek. What game do we want to do? Alright, that should be fine. So now we will do Kholek versus Malagor. It's going to be, you know, this is important for the Beastmen here, because if Malagor actually goes down in this game to Kholek, then he is more or less eliminated. But that doesn't mean that he can't be a party ruiner, right? And drags someone else down to the pits with him, obviously with his other opponent that he has to play. So let's go ahead and load into this match here. And there we are. All right, guys. So now we have the Warriors of Chaos versus the Beastmen. Actually, a matchup I really like from the days of old. Marauder Horsemaster is pretty solid. They can counter skirmish the Centaurs with superior range, also pretty good against Minotaurs and you know, Chaos Spawn, all those type of targets. So I really do like these guys quite a bit. The battle line for Palpatine is going to be Halberds backed by Mirror Guard, backed by Marauders. Now, Halberds, of course, can deal with most Gourds and things like that because of their 100 armor. And against big monsters, they have the bonus versus large, so quite solid. We got Kholek Sun Eater, we have a Deathcaster, and more Marauder Horsemasters on the flank, with a single Manticore to add an additional source of terror to this army. And Spawn are also good too. Spawn keep your army, your infantry positions from being overwhelmed and just bullied, right? So I do like the addition of a couple Chaos Spawn here. Now for the Beastmen army is going to be Centaurs with Throwing Axes, extremely meta, very good against armored Chaos Infantry, decent against Kholek, good against, yeah, they're just a good unit against Chaos in general with their AP. But with proper micro, Marauder Horsemasters should outskirmish them pretty hard. In the front line here for Malagor, he does have the Gore Herds with shields. Double Bestigor too, I do like that. Bestigors in a head-to-head fight against Chaos Warrior Halberds will win, so that's quite nice. And he's got double Minotaur with shields in the back. Now some light skirmishing going on here. It looks like the Manticore might actually get caught very early, which is pretty unfortunate here for the Warriors of Chaos. However, he's pretty quick to send in his spawn, and the spawn should be able to peel off the Centaurs and push them back. So far, some pretty even trading, although the skirmishing phase going much better for Chaos, poking down those guys. On the far side, Kholek's able to push up and really punish those Warhounds, at least terror route them off. And the Marauder Horsemaster is just getting a massive leg up here on the mobile core of the Beastmen, which is really paying huge dividends here in this early battle. So here, a Spirit Leech going down on Malagor. You could probably just honestly send a Manticore back there to take him out. Centaurs with great weapons are charging the Horsemasters. And it looks like they might be able to catch a fair amount, although they're pulling back very quickly here, whereas maybe they should have attacked for a moment longer to kill a couple. But the Bestigors have engaged in the front line. Now, normally, like I said, Bestigors would have a good trade here. But considering that Palpatine does have the spawn on top of his halberds, he is easily going to be winning both those trades. So honestly, if I look around the battlefield, it looks like the Beastmen are getting outvalued in pretty much every single aspect of this game. Here we, of course, have the Chaos Feral Manticore, which could be a nice pick. But these Centaurs are a little bit slow to kind of pick that guy off. And the Minotaurs are sent back there. So now these Minotaurs have spent a good 20-30 seconds not really doing anything. And you can see the Beastmen front line is really faltering. Gore Herd's getting hit with an Overcast of Doom and Darkness. Bestigors here getting smashed by Kholek. Kholek just going balls deep with the Star Crusher. And Chaos really pulling ahead here in this game. Do we have Cygor summons? We do have Cygor summon, or actually Devolve and Brace Scream, it looks like. Here you can see another charge. Centaurs with great weapons trying to help out here while there is going to be a Devolve going down, which will hit these 3 units and do some topical HP damage. Over here, Beastmen trying to pursue those Marauder Horsemasters, and the Hounds finally do catch them, but the thing is, Kholek is coming, and he's got that big old Star Crusher, man, and those Hounds are going to rout pretty damn quickly. You can see they're probably going to run for the hills, and good night, sweet prince. There you go. So, Balance of Power, pretty Chaos favored at this point. It looks like Palpatine certainly is out for blood here in this tournament, and playing very tightly, making almost no mistakes. This is really the first loss he's had here, is losing these Marauder Horsemen, but you can see there's going to be Spirit Leech going down, and Kholek should be able to kind of give him the business. In the meantime, the triple Marauder Horsemaster should be able to screen these guys out, and the Chaos Infantry fight is just so Chaos favored, incredibly Chaos favored. I mean, we have Halberds in sustained combat fighting Minotaurs with shields. We have Spawn beating on them. Spawn hit very hard against light armor. Minotaurs are the definition of light armor, not definition, but they're close. They're in the book. They got 45 armor, so they're going to be taking a lot here. And it's looking like once the Minotaurs really start to continue to take a beating here, the Balance of Power is going to go even more massively here in the favor of the Beast People. Now, we do have some Bestigors coming up and around, and yeah, I mean, they could charge in, maybe hurt the Mirror Guard a little bit. We have a couple other Bestigors on the other side, but man, oh man, they took a hammering in the beginning of that battle, and Malagor is just kind of running around like a turkey, not doing a whole lot. So here comes into the Brace Scream. It doesn't do much damage, unfortunately. I definitely think the Cygor summon would have been more valuable to him here. Cygor summon back here just bombarding the Chaos Warriors and the Mirror Guard would have been extremely strong. But here it comes. The Bestigor is piling in, but Kholek Sun Eater is here, and man, he is going to be star crushing some of these hoes. He's got 743, and he is smashing these Bestigors into another dimension. Obviously, the spawn are helpful in the buffering. And it looks like the Horse Masters have gotten around the back. You know, Beastmen are trying to chase the Horse Masters, but they're pretty good in combat, too. They could easily turn and charge the Warhounds and actually kill them in combat, too. That's what's really cool about Horse Masters. And, yeah, Hounds will catch them, but it's not going to mean a whole lot. Kholek's coming over. He'll instantly terror out those things. And 1 and a 2 and a terror route. And they're gone. And now you can see a Trader King going down, or a Devolve, which is actually a good play. Really softens up a lot of the Chaos Army. Chaos Sorcerer here could be a really nice pick. Maybe a way for Malverde to kind of get some scraps here in this game. If he can go after that Chaos Sorcerer of Death, it looks like, oh, the dreaded chicken duel. Is it going to happen? No, he's actually just hoofing it, dude. He's got those wings, and he's not flapping them, but he's moving. He's got a 43 speed, and the Chaos Sorcerer is now chasing him. He would win in combat. Malagor would definitely beat that Chaos Sorcerer, probably. His combat stats, I believe, are a little bit better. But now the Chaos Horde is just advancing, and the Beastmen are kind of running for the hills here. And that should be all she wrote for the Beast People. We will see. Tentacles, the Grey Weapons, there's going to be mass terror routes here. That'll lead to army losses. And that is going to be GG. So, guys, Palpatine is up 2 wins here. He defeated the Dwarves, and he defeated the Beastmen. Now, technically speaking, the Beastmen have been eliminated from this group stage, but they still have their 3rd game to drag down their 3rd opponent, right? So they could maybe go after the Greenskins or something and drag them down. Oh, Malagor's such a disappointment, Robert. He is. Yeah, I mean he can be okay, but he's certainly in the weaker department here. So for the Chaos Army, looking at the values across the board, nothing too crazy, honestly. It was a pretty unified effort. Yeah, Halberds did great. 1200 fighting those Minotaurs was really nice, and yeah, the spawn did really good also. I mean, everything kind of clicked here. For the Beastmen army, the best scores are certainly decent. What you need to probably do here for Beastmen is mix in like 2 or 3 Ungor Raiders, because they can really massacre Chaos Spawn super quick for a very low price point. But yeah. Bestigor's ended up getting almost 700, 800 value. So despite the bad trade with the Bestigors, he still almost got his value back on them, which was cool. Centaurs, the throwing axes were like more or less completely shut down. They got very little value this game because of the good Marauder Horsemaster play. The Marauder Horsemasters are basically a hard counter against these guys with proper micro and control. So Kholek is advancing. The Beastmen are definitely not advancing, but they still have a chance to be a party ruiner for the 3rd opponent they're going to be playing. So we will see. So let's do it to it. Next, we have the Beastmen against the Greenskins. So Kholek versus Malagor has been shown. We'll scroll on down, take a look at the next match. And yes, guys, I'll be doing my best to get through this tournament quickly. You know, it's a lot of replays. It's a lot of people playing, so I'm doing my best to kind of punch through it. We have a donation from Caviaria, I think. LOL, the Malagor Thanksgiving dinner, easy to imagine. Still randomly remember your George Michael reference on Wurrzag. Always makes me smile. Yeah, never gonna dance again. These feet do not have any rhythm anymore. Yeah, George Michael's. Yeah, pretty fun. Como topic. Seems every snowstorm I get to catch a stream. I've been loving all the content dropping. I think we all have been learning a lot from it. Yeah, glad to hear. Oh yeah, Beastmen versus Chaos is a pretty even matchup, actually. I actually feel it's an even one. But I think Palpatine just played very well right there. Not to say that his opponent Malverde didn't play well. It's just Papa Palpatine, that was his game. You know, he was getting the better trades, and that's what happens, you know. It was good. Time for some Wurrzag. So it's going to be Wurrzag versus the Beastmen. So will the dreaded Beastmen, who have henceforth been dragged to the pits, drag the Greenskins down with them? We'll find out here in this game, as we do have the bloody hands. Oh, this is the coolest part about this tournament. They can actually use the sub-factions. It's so cool. Yeah, man. You know, honestly, Malagor isn't bad as a Cygor summoner. Like, you can bring him, and then you can bring, like, another caster and get some pretty good Cygor summoning action. Yeah. Hard to say. All right, guys. Let us waste no more time. Let us not dick around any longer. Let's have some fun. So, for the forces here of the Greenskins, Wurrzag, he's going to be coming in with his Savage Orcs. So, very much in theme. He's got Savage Orcs and Savage Orc Biggins in the secondary, Spider Riders in the back. He's got Thrag, the wife of Throg, the River Troll Hag. Wurrzag here. On foot, oh yeah, he's going to be dancing. We'll have to get some shots of that. Arachnarok Spider and a couple Goblin Wolf Chariots. So, yeah, cool army here. I'm trying to think. The one thing it's kind of lacking is Forest Goblin Spider Riders, which are super good against Beastmen, because they can skirmish against Centaurs very well, and also they can engage them in melee with their poison and trade pretty good. Schmandolf, cheers to such a great community. Hey man, appreciate that. Yeah, Total War Warhammer multiplayer community is certainly pretty awesome for sure. We got a lot of great people. And now for the Beast People, will he get a victory? Will he get a W in this tournament? He is going to be coming in with the Warhounds with poison, front line of spears. secondary line of throwing axes, which is pretty good tech here, considering that the Greenskins have no archers. The Centaurs with throwing axes should be huge breadwinners for him. They should be able to defeat the wolf chariots. They should be able to deal with the spider effectively. So we'll see if he's able to. In the back, he's got Butchers of Kalkengard, Koroks Manrippers, Razorgore Chariot, and some Warhounds on the flanks. Here for the Lord choice, it is going to be Malagor once again, and he appears to have Viletide as well as the, I think, Devolve. Yeah, very interesting choice using those spells. I really, really think Cygor Summon is the way to go, but, you know, some people don't like to use them, so... Very much in theme, so let's get some slow-mo. Is he going to be dancing? Come on. Oh, yeah. Give us the dance moves. Oh, it looks like he's just walking right now, or is he dancing? I think he's walking. Wurrzag is such a cool character. It's a shame that he's so easy to snipe. Like a single Cygor, not Cygor, Manticore summon or anything like that, and he's pretty much just dead. Okay, Wurrzag doesn't appear to be dancing right now. He's oh, there he goes. He's moving. Spiders are kind of pushing him around a little bit, but the fight is underway. The Goblin Wolf Chariot's going to be immediately caught by the Poison Warhounds. A little bit of a miss micro there on those chariots, and they're probably going to pull back before too much of a disaster happens. And on the upside, there are some Savage Orcs nearby, so the Savage Orcs should be able to come in and start beating down these Chaos Warhounds no problemo. And you can see on the charge, the Chaos Warhounds just getting mulched by the Savage Orcs. Savage Orcs, of course, hit very hard against light armor with 39 weapon strength for 550 gold. It's a pretty good deal. So there go the Ungor Spearman herds, and they are going to be engaging across the front line. In a situation like this, for the Beastmen, I probably just wouldn't have engaged in the front line. I'd pull all these guys back and like try and overload a flank, because you're basically giving your opponent value by just charging them in there. It is a bit of a distraction, but, you know, a little scary. So here there's going to be what appears to be a Devolve, which it will be good against Savage Orcs. It's magic damage. It's pretty impactful there. It hits the Savage Orcs. It hits the Savage Orc Biggins, I think, that are here. And yeah, the Beastmen actually doing very well here. Looks like there's going to be a Viletide Overcast. Nice Viletide right there. Really nailing those Savage Orcs, which are very, very close to breaking. And the Butchers of Kalkengard, of course, helping. Eros, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard, my friend. And I really do appreciate that channel membership, dude. Palpatine cackle for your trouble. And thank you so much, man. Now, unfortunately for old Malagor, I don't know how he got so damaged. I think it was from Overcast. I think Wurrzag might have also used Effigy on him just to damage him. But now the big Arachnarok Spider is going to be going for the kill. And oh, Wurrzag! Oh, okay, he's been using the Gaze of Mork. So yeah, Malagor getting cooked, dude. The Arachnarok Spider able to break him off, but Balance Power is pretty even. Right now, the Centaurs with throwing axes need to be sitting right here, and they need to be peppering down that giant spider. There's nothing hurting the spider, and there's not really much in the Beastman army that's really good against it, with the exception of the Arachnarok Queen. In the backfield, we do have all the Harpies diving. It looks like they tried to dive on Wurrzag. I think we had 2 or 3 or 4 Harpies dive in there, but the Goblin Wolf Chariots and the Spider Riders were able to really punish those off, and the Dancing Man is coming back to the battle, so we'll see what he can accomplish here. But Malagor the Dark Omen, starting this stream as he began it, just getting crumbs here, and the Spider's hunting him down. He's at negative 40 leadership. Probably is not long for this Earth, but thankfully he's, you know, he's already kind of done his thing anyway. So Spirit Leech going down to finish him off. And it looks like the Greenskins are pulling ahead in the balance of power. They still have Koroks Manrippers, and the Centaurs throwing axes are finally starting to do some really good damage. Pouring onto that Arachnarok Spider, the Minotaurs, and the Koroks Manrippers should be able to do some really, really good work here. In the backfield, the Beastmen still also do have a ton of Warhounds with poison, so there are some good picks they could have. Like, if 2 or 3 of these guys hit these Savage Orcs with some Harpies, that'll easily break them. And the Spider's actually getting a little bit danger low here. You can see that the Arachnarok Queen is at almost negative leadership. That would probably be one of the better ways, like I said, for Beastmen to get back in this game. They still have a shit ton of ammo on these Centaurs. Like, oh, a little bit of a mistake here. He's trying to get to the Arachnarok Queen and throw, but in the process, he's embedding himself in Savage Orc Biggins, which are just going to massacre him. Yeah, so he needs to pull out there, that's what she said, and get away from these guys. And yeah, the Butchers of Kalkengard going to be terror-outing these units. Nice little effigy of the Git here in the back. Granted, maybe a little bit better used on the Butchers of Kalkengard, but nonetheless, it still does damage and is kind of picking off the Harpies and causing some problems. And it looks like the Beastmen are kind of clawing their way back in this game. Now that that Spider's broken, as long as there's something to chase it off, that is a huge, huge win. I mean, the Beastmen still have the Butchers, they have the Koroks Manrippers, they have, more or less have all their Centaurs. It looks like is some Malagor cow sound effect. Yeah, no, that's from Minecraft. The cow sound effect that Tariff uses on his channel. It's really funny. But yeah, Arachnarok Queen's back. Pretty big mistake by the Beastmen. They had a ton of mobility. They should have chased that off, because now the Greenskins are very comfortable again. Having lost the Spider with like 2,000 plus HP, that's a good answer against the Butchers, right? But with it being broken, the Butchers of Kalkengard very much could have rampaged and cycle charged and caused some problems. But now they're being punted pretty bad for sure. You can see the leadership here is going to be -1, 8, -10. That Arachnarok Queen does get, here we go, and man, it's going ham on those guys. And now the Greenskins are massively pulling ahead. as their one kind of anvil piece here is gone. So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty decisive greenskin victory, as the balance of power is ebbing heavily into the favor of the greenskins here. Stranger things have happened for sure, but I mean, with the butchers being taken offline, it's going to be a problem. Rose, simply had to become a member. Great concept. I'm hoping to start a multiplayer after this month. Yeah, man, looking forward to seeing you out there. It's a lot of fun, and you know, even if you just do it casually, just jump in Discord, play some games for fun. It's always a blast, dude. It's always a blast. The sad moo sound, I know. Sad moo sound indeed. And here you can see that the dreaded Warhound's going to be jumping on Thrag, and you know, they can do some damage against Thrag, but you know, at that point the greenskins have already won, so it is a moot point. So the sad moo is here. A valiant effort by Malverde, but in the end, the greenskins claim victory, and with that, the goats have officially gone 0-3 in this group. So now, of course, we still have Kazrak, we still have Morker in other groups. So the Beastmen are not eliminated from the tournament all around, but Malagor has been eliminated, and it makes sense. He's probably the worst Beastmen Lord. But the memes can succeed. I mean, we saw Eltharion, the great Poison Ducky, who I believe is in chat, went 3-0 with Eltharion against like Luther Harkin and some very competitive lords. So clearly it can be done, but nothing too crazy in the value here. I guess Savage Orcs, a couple of them got like 1,000, things like that. Nothing super crazy. Yeah. Butchers, how'd the Butchers do? I'm curious about that. 800 value. Yeah, Centaur's throwing axes probably needed to be a little bit more efficient earlier, so. Is the Beastmen still bottom tier? So Beastmen have a fair amount of bad matchups, but that's a big misconception in the YouTube community, is that a lot of people think Beastmen are absolute trash, but it's not true. Really good Beastmen players can be devastating, and they're really good against certain factions. They just are very like lopsided in terms of like what they're good against and what they're bad against. So yeah, they're actually really good, trust me. Beastmen can be very strong, even in their meme state right now. Como topic, I always wanted to say my vote is for the name Haggard Hobbies, and have Lady Turin make an amazing sign for you out front like the last piece she did. Yeah, that would be cool. Haggard Hobbies. Just have like, you could have like a peasant like just in rags, like a Bretonnian looking peasant in like medieval rags, just like, you know, playing a board game or something. Yeah, man. Good stuff indeed. So now we go to the next game. Sad cow noises. They continue on. So that was Wurrzag versus Malagor. So now we have a couple other ones which are pretty important here. Let's go ahead and do it. Pull these bad boys up. So we have 2 games left in today's group stage. We have Grombrindal versus Wurrzag. So yeah, it's going to be Grombrindal versus Wurgeese or Geese Howard. And then we also have Kholek versus Wurrzag. So the greenskins have the ability here to decide the fate potentially of these two folks. We'll see. Does YouTube take a cut of your... I have no idea. It's the same as Twitch, more or less. Because like on Twitch, when somebody becomes a member, or it's called a subscriber on Twitch. I think like it's like $4.99 a month, and like they give like the Twitch person gets like $3 or something, or I don't know what the cut is. It's pretty much the exact same on YouTube. So, although on Twitch it's more important for sure, because that's more or less their only source of income outside of like donations. Whereas on the YouTube, you of course have ad revenue, which is pretty bad, but it still, you know, gives you another source of income. But yeah, it's a little bit of a different beast. The squeezes tomorrow, Diamond Hands. A haggard peasant and a 40k cultist playing a board game. All right, guys. So let's get some Dowie against the greenskins here. The classic grudge match. Yeah, Twitch, it's more or less the same as YouTube. Yeah. Professor Pone is playing in the tournament as well. He is playing Imric. We'll be having his group stage soon. That was a really fun group. There were some really good games. That group, I believe, is Professor Pone. I know Dav is in there. I think Yale Nale. I might be wrong. Not sure. You have to let me know, Pone Dog. All right, guys. Loading into the next match here. It's going to be the Savage Orcs facing off against the Dwarves. Will he stay in character and go Savage? Probably not. Probably out to win this. And now if we take a look here at the armies of Grombrindal, his front battle line. So currently Grombrindal's 1-1. If the greenskins defeat Grombrindal here, one sec, guys. Just gotta adjust something here on my settings. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. We're back in business. So if the dwarves do lose to the greenskins here, they will have lost 2 and won 1. So this is really, really important for the dwarves here. If the dwarves do indeed win this, they'll of course most likely be advancing. But if the dwarves win this, and then the Greenskins beat Chaos in the next game, then that means that we're going to have like more or less a 3-way tie. So what we would be doing is then advancing all 3 players. That's kind of how we do that. But we'll see. We will see. So there could potentially be a 3-way tie. We're pretty casual about it. Or what I could potentially do is the player who, the 2 players who are tied, essentially, for the second advancing spot, I could just make them play a sudden death. There's a couple ways I'm thinking about going about it, but we'll see. So let us know in chat, guys. Are you a son of Grungni? Are you rooting for the dwarves or the dreaded Wurrzag? So this is Wurrzag versus Grombrindal. A lot at stake here. Let's see how this goes. So for the dwarves, we got Iron Drakes with the flamethrowers. In the back, we do have a couple cannons as well. Slayers defending the cannons, Thunders in the secondary, and no Troll Armor Torpedoes, but pretty badass army for sure. I love the usage of the Iron Drakes. And Iron Drakes can actually be pretty good against the old Skulkers and Infantry. So Black Orcs advancing, triple Black Orc, about 4 nasty Skulkers. We do also have Squig Herds, and in the back we have Wurrzag with the Night Goblin Shaman and Thrag as well. So it's a good army for the Greenskins, maximizing the Black Orcs. And he does have a couple pump wagons. Oh, it's a spiky roller on the far side. Look at that. The Snotling pump wagon. Now, one mistake here, I don't like advancing nasty Skulkers right up the front against dwarves, because if they eat blasting charges, it instantly, you like lose like 300-400 gold instantly. It's pretty painful. Black Orcs don't care as much. Vindictive Glares are being used to try and snipe the cannons, but just failing horribly. You can see all the shots have missed more or less, and now the Greenskins they're just going to have to get in there and fight, man. The time for half measures is over. Squig Herds are moving in, and they are going to be tasting some Dwarven Blasting Charge, that is for sure. Iron Drake's probably going to be coming about face as well, but the Blasting Charges should hurt the Squigs pretty badly. Squigs are lightly armored, so we'll see. And it looks like they do pull back, which is unfortunate, because now they're just going to rampage and just come right back in. Blasting Charges tearing into the nasty Skulkers, and here comes the Squig Herds trying to pile in and get into the back line. But man, the Iron Drakes are cooking those goblins! Brutal, brutal damage. Spiky Rollers on the flank going after the Longbeards with Great Weapons, actually doing a surprising amount of damage, but here there should be a position for the Greenskins to do pretty well. They also have a vanguard of Night Goblin Archers who are shooting into the back of the Slayers, and the fight is indeed underway. So Squigs are rampaging, Black Orcs have made it to the front line, and the Miners are now getting hammered pretty good. The Black Orcs have moved in and are engaged in combat with Dwarf Warriors, but also the White Dwarf. So normally this would be very bad for the Dwarf Warriors, but with Grombrindal lending his axe to this fight, could be a bit of a different tale. Oh, dude. Oh, that's so righteous. Bathe in holy fire as the Squig Herds get roasted right there. Now the Black Orcs pushing through. They know they don't want to get set on fire either. Despite their armor, it still hurts them quite a bit. So they're moving back here to go after the Iron Drakes, and here on this flank, it seems that the Dwarves are pretty damn secure. I was completely wrong about that situation. Skulkers and everyone just getting bathed in Dwarven fire here. Grungni smiles on this battlefield this day as they continue to roast the Greenskins. But this is pretty normal in this matchup. The Black Orcs stay and fight, everything else breaks, and then comes back, and you got to rally those forces, and things get a little bit messy indeed. Some more shots from the Iron Drakes, shooting in, scattering the Greenskin forces on that side of the battlefield. Wurrzag is just like, you know, his soldiers are getting roasted and just punished by the dwarves over there, and he's just dancing. This is all this man can think of here, so he's a dancing man. Black Orcs here, moving their way across, and you can see Grombrindal, the White Dwarf, still a huge anchor, giving these Dwarf Warriors a much longer lifespan than they usually have in that engagement. And the Iron Drake still just getting some great, brutal damage. And even if they don't hurt armor a lot, they still have a Discourage effect, so they can help to get those Black Orcs broken, which normally takes some time. Now, the Greenskins need to get back here. There's a couple big freebies. We have these like Thunders and Cannons. Nothing is really guarding this position. It looks like the Black Orcs and Squigs should be able to win on this particular side, so we'll see. Dwarven Guns still shooting, ripping shots into Wurrzag here. The Wa is active. Wurrzag, of course, is not bad in combat. He's just a glass cannon, so you got to watch out. Like, if Grombrindal can get his paws on it, it's going to be a pretty solid GG, most likely. So here comes the Iron Drake, still just kind of shooting here. They were able to break off the Black Orcs, and now Wurrzag, he's like, screw this shit, I'm out of here. He's running for the hills as Grombrindal does approach. Thrag on the side being blasted by the Dwarven Cannons, but this is exactly what the Greenskins need here. They need to get some Squigs and pressure on the backfield to get the Black Orcs on the cannons, but man, oh man, those Iron Drakes are doing a ton of damage, and every time something squishy comes in, they just get roasted by the Dwarven Iron Drakes, which is incredibly cool. On this side of the battlefield, we do have the Longbeards with Great Opens chasing off some Squigs, probably going to break off those Skulkers too if they can find them. Dwarven Guns singing happily into the night as they drop some hellish fire here onto the nasty Skulkers. Wurrzag is certainly the dancing man, but man, those Black Orcs, despite having good armor against the Flamethrowers, it's going to be a problem for them. The Flash Bomb is active, and Grombrindal is here. A little bit of a Greenskin Daka coming in to try and support there, but those Black Orcs are just getting the righteous fire. There's also a bunch of Thunder shooting and cannons, And man, oh man, that is a torrent of Dwarven fire. And now suddenly Wurrzag's like, oh god. He's all alone. Grombrindal comes in with a big, fat steel chair. He also has the melee defense buff. And yeah, Wurrzag is not going to be long for this earth as he's also based in fire. Oh god! The White Dwarf going to go for the killing blow, and Wurrzag is taken out by the legendary dwarf. And with that, Wurrzag is metaphorically not in the best shape here. he's not having a good time. Yeah, there you go, buddy. GG, well played. That was a really, really cool game. Very well played to both players. It was a solid Dwarven clinic. I think that if you had used the Skulkers as a flanking tool instead of a frontline tool, you would have been in much better shape. I think the army was capable of winning, but yeah, just the engagements were really, really good for the Iron Drakes. Fort 1200 here, blasting charges did decently. Great weapons did decent. 1300, 600 here on these guys. Cannons got about 1,300 apiece, 900 and 1,100 there. So pretty good value on those Dwarven damage pieces. Wurrzag tried. He danced hard, but in the end, he's never going to dance again. Grudge has been settled. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good proper scrap. Really fun match. It's really cool because there's like with this tournament, there's so many stakes on like you want your favorite lord to advance, right? Yeah. All right. Cool game. GG, well played. Beard stroking intensifies. Grudge satisfied. Yeah, the Iron Drakes have actually become relatively meta in that matchup. I know they used to be a meme for a long time, but they've a lot of greenskin or dwarf mains use them against greenskins pretty constantly. So Grimgor would have been a much bigger problem. Grimgor has a really strong player playing it too. I believe Grimgor is being played by Crabling, who's like a top tier tournament player, like almost always in the top 4 of tournaments. So Grimgor has a really powerful champion in this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how he does in his pod. I know you want them all to stay. I know they can't all be winners, man. So far the greenskins have won 1 and lost 1. The dwarves have yeah, so there could be a 3-way tie. If Wurrzag is able to defeat Kholek, then we would have a 3-way tie. We'll see. So, well played to those 2 fine gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get ready for the next match here. And have some fun. We're getting through this series pretty damn quick today. Yeah, the faction names are in Polish. Yeah, they are. Pretty cool. And that was the one I just casted. Perfect. Because Grombrindal sent me that replay, so obviously it's going to be in Polish. So now we have greenskins versus Warriors of Chaos. They are on the Pillar Bone again, so a small map. How it works is for this tournament, each battle is given 3 maps, and each player gets to alternate banning 1 map, and then the remaining map is the one they play. So both Chaos and greenskins are like, yeah, I just want to fight quick. I don't want to play any games. Let's just get in there and scrap. So we'll see. So question in chat, why is Wurrzag not played often in my tournaments? Well, that's because he is super easy to snipe. A single Manticore summon, Spirit Leech, an artillery, like he's just really squishy and he's expensive. So like a squishy lord being cheap, it's okay if you get sniped, or at least it's like not as punishing. But with Wurrzag, you're losing like a 2,000 gold plus caster. You're losing your caster, your lord. It's like he's really easy to snipe. Now he's really powerful. His Bonewood staff is probably one of the best items in the entire game, but generally speaking, he's really easy to snipe, which is a problem. Yes. All right, guys. Let's do it. Have a sip of water here. We'll be loading into the game in just a second. So just a quick minute break here to chill out. We already had Chaos vs. Dwarves, Dan. It was in the beginning. That was the first game of the stream. So if you want to go back and check that out, I definitely would do that. But this is the actual last game of this particular group stage. We have the 6 players, or 4 players and 6 games in total per stream. After this, we'll do an FFA to close out the stream. It'll be a quick stream. I have some other stuff I need to work on today. So yeah, it'll be this one plus an FFA to end all games, and then that'll be it. So Falcon is playing tic-tac-toe, yeah. Which is, he's probably still going to win all his games, Because his group stage, he's got Raptor on Aranessa, which is probably an easy win for him. Just because, it's Aranessa. He's got myself on Teclis, which normally probably would be hard, but I'm not a very good High Elf player, so I'm okay. I'm an okay High Elf player, but he's still much better than me. And then, then he has Romulan Dog on Skaven, which that could be a challenge for sure. Skaven are pretty good against lizards, and Romulan has Ikit Claw, so that's no joke. Do I have a lord I want to win the tournament? I'd like to see like a meme lord. Oh, did the stream crash? No, it didn't. Are you guys trolling me? What's with the Fs? Oh, you're saying F because I have to play him? Yeah. How does one get into these tournaments? Well, all you have to do is just hit me up in Discord, and I'll evaluate your experience. But typically for these type of tournaments, you got to have some like tournament experience or multiplayer experience. But this one is more casual for sure. Like there's a lot of like mid-level, low-level tournament players, and then some really high-level ones for sure. Yeah. Very cool, Gokthim. Sounds like fun. Falcon has won a tournament with Tic-Tac-Toe before, yeah. It was a single faction tournament where you pick your one faction, which you're allowed to change your lords in, but he just played Tic-Tac-Toe the entire time. Whenever I see like F being spammed, I always assume that the stream is crashing. I would love to see Imrik, the Lord of Dragons, win the tournament. I would love that. Who's playing Ark in the Black? I know Cetra is being played by Schwerkrasm of Clan VM. I think Khalida is being played by Happy Puppy. I'm not sure about the other Team King's Lords off the top of my head. Gorst versus Ark in final. Who's on Nakai? Flying Taco. So certainly a powerful champion. If he's not memeing. He probably is memeing though, which will probably cost him it. Who knows? Hadries is playing Deathmaster, which is a really, really strong, like... He's really, really good with Deathmaster. Vlad will be showing up soon. Have you ever thought about running a verified Scrublord tournament? There's already one that's going on in the community. It's run by my son Herbert Walker, so and he does such a good job with it. So yeah, but he runs one like every single weekend. He's an awesome tournament host, man. All right, guys, the wait is over. I've had my water. I'm good to go. Rame is playing Arkin. Thank you. And DJ Kata blasting the tunes. Oh, for sure. So here, this is an important one for the Greenskins because Chaos has already won 2, so they're more or less guaranteed to advance. But the Greenskins are 1-1. They beat the Beastmen, but they lost to the Dwarves. So as far as this matchup goes, this is actually a matchup that's pretty favored for the Greenskins. Most Chaos players consider this to be a very hard matchup, so this is a pretty good position to be in here for Wurgeese. But he is, of course, their Wurrzag, and the player's name was going by Wurgeese. But yeah. Papa Palpatine is no mere Chaos player. He's one of the better Chaos players out there. So he's going to put your name to the test, and we will see how this goes. Yes, yes, indeed, my friends. So for the army here of the Warriors of Chaos, we have a front line of Chaos Warriors. We have Mirror Guardson. You do notice a distinct lack of armor piercing, which can be problematic against Black Orcs. But he does have the Gorby's Chariots backing them up to help kill the Black Orcs. So he's planned for this contingency. On top of that, Kholek Suneater is very, very good against spiders and monsters like that. And yeah, it's a very tight Chaos army, really. Marauder Horsemen, a couple hounds, and that is it. Now, for the Greenskin army, we do have Black Orcs backed up by Orc Biggins, a couple Orc Airboys to pepper Kholek and cause problems. The Spider, Wurrzag in the back, who I believe is going to be on a pig this time. Oh, he's on foot again. Certainly got to watch out for Kholek. And the Snotling Pump Wagons, which I think are not very good for their price point, but nonetheless, they still can be okay against armor and things like that. Marcus Wolfhart is being played by Hero of Rome. Karl Franz is being played by Ulrich Rahl, and then Soothsayer is playing Volkmar the Grim, and Balthazar Gelt is being played by Dob Plays. So Empire has a pretty good run of players for sure. Yeah, it's been quite a bit of fun. So the Black Orcs moving up. They're going to be engaging against the Chaos Warriors. Like I said, in a vacuum, this is a huge value trade for the Greenskins, especially with a little bit of magic support. Like if Wurrzag props his Bonewood Staff, these Chaos Infantry will be absolutely manhandled and massacred by the Greenskins. But he needs to cast a spell right away to trigger the Bonewood Staff. He does have it, so I would imagine Fist of Gork will be going down. It looks like he might have missed the charge, and now Kholek going balls deep for the Arachnaut Queen, which is actually a good fight for the Greenskins here because there's a ton of DACA support, so you could probably turn around and fight him and go after him. But oh, look at that Occam's Mind Razors on Kholek. 905 weapon strength. That is a big boy. Damn, that's a thick-ass boy. But it looks like he's not really getting his value from it, which is unfortunate. So yeah, a bit of a rough trade there for the Warriors of Chaos as Kholek is forced back. The Archer is really able to pepper him down. Mirror Guard here kind of getting run over by the Pump Wagons. And ooh, nice Effigy of the Git going down by Wurrzag, really allowing a fair amount of DACA and also the Spider to really punish here. And like I said, the Chaos Warriors getting absolutely dunked on. The Black Orcs really dominate them in combat. And over here, the same thing is happening, I think. Yeah, it looks like the Black Orcs are still continuing to pile in and value trade very, very efficiently. Spider's in good shape. Gorby's Chariot still penetrating through the Black Orcs, doing some good damage. Now going to be making its way over to the Orc Biggins, but it looks like a couple models might actually be stuck in combat there. In the backfield, you can see Palpatine does have his Marauder Horsemen. Going to be roaming about, maybe trying to collapse this flank here. And it looks like that flank is being collapsed. The Gorby's Chariot here able to break those biggins with the Chaos Warrior support. And now Kholek is able to get away, having taken some damage, but nothing that you can't come back from. So Black Orc still moving forward. Chaos still has its Mirror Guard and its Marauders here and a fair amount of troops, but Balance of Power is most definitely looking Greenskin favored here. You can see the Balance of Power is just below the halfway point, and it's definitely favoring the Greenskins here. Spider's going in. It looks like the Snotling Pump Wagon also able to sunder the armor of Kholek, which is hilarious. And now the Spider moves in and is really going to be going ham on the old Kholek here. But you also got to watch out for the Occam's Mindrazor making Kholek a raid boss, because he could potentially turn that fight around. But nice play here by the Greenskins, getting their skirmishers and stalking Kholek and these characters, putting constant pressure on them. And there you can see the Fist of Gork is active, so the entire Greenskin army is going to be getting a melee attack buff right now, or it should be. Does he not have the Bonewood Staff? Oh man, if he forgot Bonewood Staff, that would be really, really unfortunate. That's like one of the best items. Anyways, Lightning going down, Lord of the Storm from Kholek. Very, very cool ability, but Kholek is being peppered by the Morgub's Mangy Marauders and the other kind of trash goblin units. And Wurrzag is getting a little bit danger advanced, because like right now he has some support nearby, but if like a Chariot and like Kholek dove him, he could die. Oh, Foot of Gork going! Oh, and it was a bit of a miss. It looks like the Horseman moved. Foot of Gork probably should have been used on the Blob of Chaos Infantry here. They wouldn't have been able to dodge that, and that might have actually just ended the game. If a Foot of Gork hit these Mirror Guard and Warriors and just decimated them, that could have been just an absolute disaster. But Chaos is kind of rallying back a little bit in some areas, like the Mirror Guard and Warriors are piling in against the Black Orcs, who they normally lose to, but the Black Orcs appear to have taken a lot of damage from the Gorby's Chariot here. Over here you can see that the Wolf Riders and the Morgub's Mangy Marauders still hunting down Kholek, who's not quite sub 2,000, but he's getting there. A couple little Warhounds trying to get out there and disrupt those archers, which is certainly a smart play. And the Marauder Horsemen, you know, still could put some big DPS on the Spider. I mean, it's not... Okay, big DPS may be the wrong thing to say, but they could put some hurt on it for sure, just with the volume of ammunition they have. The Black Orcs are getting worn down, but not before, man, they drag these Mirror Guard down with them. Those Black Orcs are just accruing huge value. And here comes Wurrzag. The Dancing Man himself going to be coming in to fight with these Black Orcs, who are shaken, but certainly still going strong, as the Mirror Guard are approaching the point of maybe where they're going to start wavering. It's hard to say. Across the battlefield, Morgub's Mangy Marauders fending off the Hounds, but, you know, the thing is, if Kholek is able to survive and just, like, rout everything off, you can see Palpatine knows sending Kholek near the Spider is a disaster, so he's just using Kholek to, like, rout the Greenskin, like, chaff and support elements around the battlefield, which is certainly very good. Now a very risky gambit here as the Arachnaut Queen does move in. It looks like he does have the Bonewood Staff, I think. Let's check. No, I don't know if he... We got to put that to rest here. Bonewood Staff is so freaking good. It's like the main reason you bring Wurrzag. He might have forgotten it. Yeah, he forgot the Bonewood Staff. That is quite literally the best item, like one of the best items in the game. So a relatively big mistake there for sure, but it's not going to like cost him the game. You can see clearly that the Greenskins are still in a commanding position, but that would have given him a huge force multiplier across his entire army, which is so powerful. So maybe he wanted a little bit more money for something, but again, you really need Bonewood Staff. If you guys want to play Wurrzag, bring that item. It is amazing. So Kholek's moving in. And maybe thinking about going after the Spider, but he changes his mind once he sees the Hatchling summon, which is a very smart play. So good disengage by Palpatine. The unfortunate part is that he did use the Mindrazor. So he pulls back, avoids it, and now Kholek... Oh, 1,000 weapon strength, dude! This is gonna hurt. Okay, 5,400. I'm watching this shit. Oh, down to 4,500. Holy shit, Kholek is hammering this thing. Oh, down to 3,600. Each hit doing like 1,000 damage. Down to 27. Oh my god, this is... Look what they've done to my boy. This is changing the entire game! Oh my god, Kholek like 4-shots that Spider. Holy shit, the Occam's Mindrazor Star Crusher combo. Oh my god, that was gangster as hell. Dude, look at that! The Arachnaut Queen getting like 4-shotted, and now, without the Spider, everything's different. That was like a full health Spider, and now Kholek just dominating that thing with Star Crusher and Occam's Mindrazor. And here comes the Chaos Warhounds going to be chasing down the little Morgub's Mangy Marauders. Dude, that was so cool. That is so Kholek, so metal. And now Wurrzag is like getting run down by Chariots. Going to be dropping a Brain Buster before he gets run down. But yeah, man, that Spider play. Oh, the Foot of Gork! Nice Foot of Gork! Hammers the infantry, but I don't think it's going to save Wurrzag. That's army losses and chaos with the comeback. Oh, yeah, dude. 1,000 weapon strength Kholek. Are you a god? Dude, that was so cool. That was so cool. What an excellent way. An excellent way to wrap up that group stage. So Kholek generating only 1,700 value, all of which he probably got at the end there against that Spider. The Gorby's Chariots got 1,000 apiece, very, very strong pieces, and the infantry obviously kind of got massacred, but the Black Orcs did really well. Yeah, 1,200. One of them only got 500, I guess, but yeah, Black Orcs still were very much a presence, and Dudes, that was a great game. The dreaded Kholek hammering. He pretty much just like crumped that thing. So now we can go ahead and show you guys the current state of this particular group. So hang tight for a hot second. Let's do it to it. Group C. No, that's not it. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Yes, here it is. Boom. All right, so here is the final result of this group. In the end, Kholek Suneater able to advance with 3 wins. Grombrindal also advances as well, so he has 2 wins and 1 loss. Wurrzag put up a valiant fight, but in the end was defeated by the Dwarves and the Warriors of Chaos, so he'll be going 1 and 2 here. He will not be advancing, and then, of course, the Beastmen, the Sad Cow Noises, they won't be advancing either, so yeah. There you have it. That is the... hey, thank you, Son of Solaire. Don't you dare go Hallow Turn. What is that? What is that a reference to? Thank you so much for the donation, man. With the T in the middle, I like that, dude. That's good. Hell yeah. So this is the current state of this particular group. So we'll be seeing Kholek and Grombrindal in the later stages of the tournament. And that'll be that. So the Dawi do advance. I think, did we have Dawi advance before? I can't remember. I can't recall if they did. Hard to say. We certainly have some very powerful Dawi champions. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this off. Where is this? Group C. All right, my friends. So now we're going to go ahead and just change this up real quick. Remove this. And it is time for the ceremonial FFA to close out the stream. So we will go ahead and fire this bad boy up. And it's going to be called TFFA, and the password is going to be 1234. Oh, it's a Dark Souls reference. Got it. Thank you, Schmandolf. Come all for the FFA. This will be the end of the stream. It'll be a relatively short one today, but should be quite a bit of fun too. Ungrim advanced too. Yeah, Sice Phenomenon or Sice Phenom advanced as well. He had a really good play with Ungrim. Yeah, we got 2 dwarves advancing, which is cool. Living meme, you didn't expect that? Yeah, for sure. He also had Enfeebling Foe in the spider too, which is quite cool. We got 0 in here. All right. I gotta like bring a build that's a meme, but also not like god awful. Lokir fell hard. Hey, oh, this is our Lokir player from the tournament. Yeah, that's cool. I think it's time for some Sons of Sigmar. It's been too long. All right, so let's get the wolf, the condom wolf blocking. Can we have High Elves? I played High Elves last time, I think. Did I? Yeah, it's going to be a relatively short stream today, so sorry about that, guys. But don't worry, we'll have some long ones coming up soon. Tomorrow is going to be... I might even do a single faction tournament tomorrow. I might. I'm not sure. All right. So we got Dark Elves, we got Vampires. Rollin', rollin', rollin'. Keep them doggies rollin'. Ride. You guys are going to love this, trust me. There might be a couple wagons. I don't know how crazy I want to go in the wagon department, but you guys won't be disappointed. I can assure you. Okay, that looks good to me. Keep them wagons rolling. Ride. All right. What else do we want? What else do we want? You know, I've been trying to use Luminarchs in multiplayer, but like whenever you bring them against a good player, they either don't shoot or they just like your opponent jukes it. It's just like I brought one in a tournament match the other day, or a best of 3, and it just like was absolute dog shit, which was a shame. That should be fine. All right, looks good to me. The army is growing in strength and numbers. Palpatine certainly did great. Yeah, Fred Durst, the famous legendary lord from my from my campaign. Okay, we got dwarves, dark elves, and yeah, blood knights. Blood knights might be a bit of a problem. Oh no, we had him drop. We'll see if he comes back. We will see if he returns once more in the deep. Could probably cut down on those a little bit. One of these. All right, guys. I think you're gonna like this build. I think it's pretty sweet. It's definitely fun to watch. I need a little bit more money. We got some of that, some of this. Okay, he's back. I thought Lokir had abandoned us. I was gonna... The gods have abandoned us! Yeah, this army's pretty sweet. Definitely a good FFA army. Definitely a strong FFA army. Alright, I'm ready. This would actually be a pretty good multiplayer army, assuming it meets all the rules. I don't know if it would, actually. For banner rules. Oh, yeah, shit. We should probably change it. You know what? This map's fine. Whatever. The Desert Canyon is always a fun one. The song just makes me want the VC theme. You want the Vampire Coast theme? All hail the mighty. I know. I only I have to save that for when I play them though, because then that's like the true flavor, you know. The true flavor. All right, I just made my build a little bit worse by adding in a meme for you guys. Hopefully you appreciate that. Cool. All right, let's do it. Let's party hard, man. Man, if they added Vampire Coast to the old world when the tabletop game comes back, dude, I would just be so excited. I would be so excited. I should probably spend some chevrons. Oh man, those are expensive chevrons, dudes. Turin put the curse on his army. Every time he's proud of an FFA army, it tends to backfire. Yeah, that's true. But that's not always true though, Lich109. Last week I was like, I had a super shitty like triple Medusa build and it just literally could do nothing. Like, I just got dumped on so bad. Oh, well, the Empire theme song is really cool from their trailer. It's super epic. The Empire one and the Dwarf one are really, really good. Yeah. I mean, this build has some memes in it, for sure. The dreaded mortar wagon, but aside from that, it's got some good stuff, too. Which is going to be really fun. Alright, so we're readying up here. Looks like everyone's good to go. I don't know who I'd rather... I'd probably like to fight Dark Elves most with this build. Especially since it's Lokir. Pete says Turin is my mom. Oh my god. Hey, it's Kato Sicarius, the Dark Master of the Ultramarines. Watch out, army size. Well, we're not playing in a tournament, so like people can meme in FFAs. We don't care. It only got dunked on because you didn't let chat pick? Yeah, perhaps so. That was probably the worst. Like, Medusas are just such trash units. They're just so freaking bad. Oh, did I forget to change my unit scale setting? If I forgot to change that back, we might need to rehost. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I changed it after the stream. Because, yeah, if we have that weird medium unit scale, I'm just going to go back and fix it. It looks fine to me. Yeah, okay, everything looks good. I was going to be like, oh god, no. All right, guys, this is the FFA to close out the stream. Thanks again for joining today, guys. It's been a blast. This is the final battle. So we do have the wagons. We got triple wagons, quad pistolier. We have a little Air Force action. Did I put him on a horse? I hope I did. Oh god. Oh my god. I put my life caster on foot. That pretty much like destroys my whole strategy here. Oh well. He can like. Can we hide him in the shadows and just like here and then just come for healing when we need it? Then we got the demis in 4, mortar team, and then a grenade launcher in 6. So we got like a super mobile army. Okay, so we have the counts here. That's actually, you know, I don't mind fighting the counts. It's gonna be tricky with my caster being like on foot here, but we should be okay. The condom blocker should be gone. We got some demis with lances. We got some wagons. Of course, I love grenade launchers. I often find that I like don't get my value back with them, but they're actually really good if they are allowed to shoot freely. So this is gonna be Red Duke here. We'll have to evaluate this army. You know, maybe I should put him here so he can like run down the alley if he has to. Oh god, it's annoying with my hero there. Good luck. Could there be any vanguards? Okay, the Druki could vanguard me, but my army's so mobile. That's why like mobile armies are good in FFA, because you don't need to worry about it. Like getting vanguarded on, you don't give a shit. You can like run at least. Whereas, you know, if you have a static army and you get vanguarded on by like 2 people, you just die. No, this is just the post-tournament free-for-all battles. Yeah, the tournament is concluded for today. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Mortars. Ooh, the Königstein Stalkers must pay the price. Come, demis. Yes. Okay, so, oh my god, the dwarves have like a gyrocopter air force. Look at that. Sky bomb, sky hammer, all that sort of shit. That's nice. Let's go right here. So first things first, we start dropping some mortars here on these boys. The wagons need to come up. Franz and the boys are also advancing. Ouch. This is actually going to be hard. I might want to not fight this and just like kite around. It's hard to say. Franz can come and pressure the air force. The demis with lances can come, and the grenade launchers need to get up here as well. Because like the whole school of thought is that you like force them. What are these, Graveguard? Well, that's the Stearnsmen. Okay, I should be focusing them. Let's see. So we have a couple. We can shoot those direwolves. And the wagons, we need to like be prepared to shoot the heavy cavalry there. Okay. Okay, let's kite back those doggies. Wagons can start shooting at the Blood Knights here up on the high ground. Also, another issue is that this fighting is going to take a long time. It's going to take a long old time. Just keep pulling back. The wagons should be able to start hammering the Blood Knights pretty well. Pistoliers. Franz is just Netflix and chilling, enjoying the good life here. But eventually those Blood Knights, I will be forced to take a fight with them. Grenade launcher is doing some great damage, obviously. Pretty good. And the wagons are doing exactly what wagons do. They're just being super annoying. Alright, let's keep the demis going back. We don't want to take that fight yet. Not until we soften them up a little bit more. Grenade launchers just kind of reposition here. Yeah, we just keep dragging the Blood Knights, really. Eventually the Pistoliers will start shooting the Blood Knights, which is the dream situation. Franz is waiting too. And let's go ahead and keep shooting the Stalkers here. Okay, we're getting some good focus fire, although my wagons are being partially caught. I might need to hammer in with some demis now. Not sure. They're here, they're ready. So we can go ahead and do a little something something. Also get the Franz going in there. And let's go ahead and get the wagons up and around. We've charged in, and now we can go ahead and send the Franz in to do his thing. So we might lose the demis here. Hard to say, but at the very least... Oh, shit, I misclicked. Okay, well, that'll still hit the wagons. Alright, so let's shoot that Vargulf with all the Pistoliers, and then shoot the Blood Knights with the wagons. Franz doing some work for sure. The demis actually performing like champs. And the mortar teams, yeah, grenade launchers have killed the Königstein Stalkers, and the rest of the army is like a little out of position here. Yeah, some zombies trying to get in there and do their thing, but... Okay, one unit of Blood Knights is dead. The demis with lances have done their work. And now we have a regrowth. Let's go ahead and cast out on Franz. And the Pistoliers, yeah, now they need to deal with the bats. Cool, so let's kind of keep hammering you guys down. And Franz is getting a little bit trapped up here, so Franz might end up paying the troll toll, we're not sure. Alright, wagons. We gotta shoot here. We need to get Franz out and around the back. If Franz breaks off the map, I might just straight up lose. It's hard to say. Okay, those last guys are broken. Looks like I might get away with Franz. You might need to like send in a wagon to like allow him to get up in the sky. Let's go ahead and peel around here. Come on, Franz. Okay, the wagons have... Yes, the wagons did it. They successfully saved me. Come on, Franz. Come on. He broke there, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's keep pulling back. He's like full health too, which is very strange. And then the demis have done their part for sure, so let's pull them back. At this point, we don't want to get them like surrounded for no reason. We'll see if I can save the Franz. I might be able to. The Pistoliers and wagons should be able to peel off the Fellbats and allow him to get away here. My Jade Wizard was doomed from the start. With not having a mount, he's pretty much dead to whatever I end up fighting. So what you see is what you get now. We did some good damage though. We definitely came out ahead on points. Okay, okay. Franz is rallied. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. So we're in good shape now. And the demis can just peel these direwolves really quick, get the grenade launchers back, and just kind of keep the wagons rolling. I have no idea how that fight's going on the other side. Alright, so, yeah, bats are going down here. We can shoot the Vargulf. The Franz can... I need to be more conservative with the Franz now. Let's pull these demis away from the frickin' zombie summons. The wagons have pretty good ammo, too. We can unleash a volley here. Okay, we're really punishing that Vargulf super hard. We can hit it with the demis. Might even be able to kill it here. Oh, my Jade Wizard's still going. What a champ. These are just zombies and shit. Okay. So now it's time to make our exodus to the other region of the battle grid. Probably, I want to fight those Blood Knights, but I need to be more cautious. Because if you slip up like once with Empire against like Vampire, like Blood Knight play and shit, you just like typically die. All right, so let's just make our exodus here. We could form like a wagon blockade. Ooh, this is actually kind of a rough position to be in because I might get sandwiched here. Yeah, a couple of my poor demis are getting like trapped there too. This wagon, I don't know what the hell it's doing. Alright, let's just keep it going. Yeah, well, I lost one. It's too bad. Alright, so these are what? These are Cold One Chariots, so we can go ahead and attack. Keep the wagon rolling. Keep the keep the dudes partying here. We got Lokir here. Lokir is definitely good prey for Franz. The Vamps might pursue me, but if they do, they're going to get dragged down by wagon fire too, which is nice. We might want to actually form a choke and just like choke the vampires in and then grenade launch them if they come across this passing here. Because our army's pretty beat up, although he does, yeah, he's got a couple, okay. Let's grab you guys and countercharge these Blood Knights here. And then we can get all the Pistoliers to shoot them, pull the wagons back, and then we have the Rune Fang too, which is going to be really nice. Yeah, he's pulling back, that's smart. Okay, the Dark Elves have discovered us, which is unfortunate. They're still fighting the Dwarves a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Let's go over here. Grenade launchers, what are these, shades? Yeah, if we could get some shades, that's like huge point city. So we'll go try and grenade launch the shades if we can. The vampires, I'm just like keeping them at bay here, which is hilarious. Maybe I gotta rotate this way. So let's start shooting at this army. Yeah, we'll play the field. We'll play the field. We need to keep the demis and Franz like here, just like to make the vampires respect us. Okay, let's go after these shades. Give me those points. Give me them points. Come on. Okay, this might not be going super well. It's hard to tell. So we got the mortar wagon shooting into the blobbed vampires who are coming across the choke. Ouchies, man, the dwarves. We need to like help the dwarves do well there. We can send one of you guys in. No, actually that's who he's shooting. So the vamps are coming. Let's send the grenade launchers in. We need to nuke their haggard skeletons while they're bunched up here. I love it. This has become like a quest battle. Alright. They're coming and oh god, we can't let them through. The mortar wagon, keep dropping shots. The Sternsmen are so healthy. Unleash fire! Fire everything! Okay, the Vargulf's coming. The wagons can start shooting at the Vargulf when it gets through. Is there any cavalry here? Oh, that mortar shot was nice. Okay, you know what? We don't need to fight the vampires here. We do not. We can just like kill shit and run. Because that got us a ton of points there, the mortars. We need to like lure the vampires into the Dark Elves. Because then the Dark Elf units here will shoot. Okay, the dogs are coming. Pistoliers doing their thing, but I'm running a little bit low on ammo, so that Vargulf's going to be a pain. He's got the Red Duke on foot. Let's go over the top here. I probably should save ammo. Like, they're just shooting shitty skeletons, which sucks. I mean, I could attack the Druki here, but it doesn't feel like super strong. Shades are just going to keep ripping shots into me here. Okay, grenade launchers. Oh, no, we don't want to charge them in melee. That is the last thing we want to do is fight Blood Knights in melee with Skirmish Cav. Okay, let's do a big crossover. The mass exodus. That's the strength of this build. Is that we can move across the map and like look for value wherever we want. Ooh, I don't want to lose my grenade launchers. I really don't. The wagon train keeps moving. We still have a mortar wagon, which is cool. So yeah, we create a barrier between ourselves and the vampires because they're really slow and their blood knights are super damaged. I think there's like 2. No, he actually healed them pretty well. Well played to 0 there. Okay, so now we are in a much better position. We ignore the dwarves, obviously, because they just have like 2 heroes. And see, I mean, we could go fight Lokir. Franz would win, but he would take a fair amount of damage in the process. Okay, the Red Duke is eyeing here. This is good. So now we can set up our mortar wagon and have it start shooting at the advancing undead. If it can reach the Sternsman there, we'll find out. And the shades are definitely a problem here. No, don't shoot those shattered units. Stop. Franz eyeing his options. Let's go, like, yeah, but he's got Cold One Knights there and shit. Could drag the wagons down there to shoot the Cold One Knights. The mortar wagon shooting Sternsman is like huge points potentially. Demis, you guys move down here too. We need to like pin the Dark Elves to make them fight the vampires. That's like what we want. So let's take the war caravan over this way. Franz can juke the shots there. Yep, Franz juked most of those shots, which is good. Because if we have to fight the vampires, then we're in some trouble. So let's get the mortar wagons like all the way around here. We have the mobility, you know, so let's... I can't go after Lokir really until the, these demis probably need to dodge here because they're going to get shot. The dwarves ride to the aid of the Empire. Alright, let's go after that sorceress. We're dropping some fire here. Let's go ahead and get the grenade launchers to hammer them. Now the demis can make the great passage through. Yeah, the poor mortar wagons might get hunted down. Yep, we got a sorceress, which is great. Good sniping there. The Franz will go pick that off. Oh yeah, now we're getting grenade launchers in here. That one wagon getting super overzealous. Alright, let's pull the demis over here. Very good. We got that chariot. We got some points there. Grenade launchers doing some work. Let's go start meleeing them with the wagons. Excellent. Franz is back up in the sky. We can start getting some points now. My mortar wagons have fallen, but, you know, it was going to happen eventually. Lokir is a lot of points, too. I know, I love that nobody, like, wants to deal with the Dowie, but somebody's going to have to eventually. Vampires, you know, 0 currently is, like, not super high in points, but he's actually going to be a problem, because he's got, like... Good thing Lokir is, yeah, going after that friggin' corpse cart here. I just need to get as many points as I can. We need the pistoliers back here. The demis with lances need to come over here. That damn Vargulf, man. Okay, shades are running. Somebody needs to do some damage against the vamps. Yeah, they're just gonna win if they have that much left. Chase those guys. Oh, the mortar wagon returns. The great Franz was able to banish them. Yeah, the Blood Knights here. Gonna be pretty hard to kill. All right, I guess that's where we're heading, guys. We're heading back across the Great River here. The wagons have gotten probably good value. 1,000 in that one, like 900 here. You can't complain about that. That's really good. Ooh, that breath attack was a beauty there by Lokir Felhard. I think I leave Lokir alive and the dwarves because I need all of them to win this. It has to be like a team effort. Grenade launching this undead blob is going to be like just a full chub. So we need to do that too. It's great. We got a wagon with a little bit of ammo left. Yep, grenade launchers. Let's go. We have to work together to kill the undead. They have White King, a Banshee, like Red Duke's actually a little damaged. But yeah, the dwarves, we just got to make sure we don't shoot the dwarves in the back. The mortar wagon has accrued 950 value, which is pretty awesome. So we're getting grenade launchers. Let's keep hitting the Sternsman if we can. I'm not going to go after Lokir yet. If the dwarves are last man standing, that could certainly happen. Hey, it's just like multiplayer. Nobody wants to fight the vampire counts. You just kite them or cheese them somehow. Yeah. Lokir, is he coming for it? No, he's not. He was like eyeing me like he wanted a duel there, and I was like, oh, the Franz stands ready. Yep, I'm just going after Stearnsman. They're a cash cow for points. Oh, Red Duke's in trouble. Or excuse me, Lokir. He's popping all his buffs. Maybe I gotta help here. Because, yeah, we got, like, otherwise vampires just win it. Or at least I'll be last man standing, and then Lokir wins it. See if Lokir gets up in the sky. I gotta be really careful with Franz, though. Are these Blood Knights over here? Man, he's got 34 Blood Knights. That's a lot. That is going to be a lot of punch to deal with there. Okay, so yeah, he's got, you know, a 4,000 point lead here. Rip Brave Corsair. Yeah, that's serious. We have Malagor here. Malagor will be a little bit annoying to the try and work down some Blood Knights here if we can. See if we can grenade launch a couple. Ooh, that was actually really good. Yeah, grenade launchers actually do a surprising amount of damage to armor. Yeah, that was good. It didn't like kill models outright, but it did good. So what we can do here is we can charge like a couple like shitty infantry or cavalry that are out of ammo. And yeah, we need to go now while the dwarves are fighting though. We can't wait any longer. So Franz will swoop in a second. He'll do it once the Rune Fang is active. These demis are coming too. Yeah, I mean this is just pistoliers and shit, but it's gonna be Franz can kill the models. Yeah, we need to go for him. This is the mortar wagon. Mortar wagon should still be shooting. We need Franz to like kill some Blood Knights. Okay, he got a couple there. But now he's being attacked. The demis with lances can come up and over the hill. Well, Franz will have to retreat that way. Might not have been the best play. Yeah, looks like I'm a little trapped by Blood Knights now. Yeah, Franz is he's probably toast. So let's pull around the back. Just let him fight. Let the boy fight. And now we can charge into the Blood Knights on the flank here. He's getting good damage. But I still think that the Corsair Master is going to win. We can go after him. Yeah. The Franzes. Oh my god, the dwarves are in there too, just causing all sorts of drama. Come on, Franz, hold! We can probably get out this way now. Let's see. -4. Ah, he's broken. Okay, Franz should rally though. Yeah, this is close. The dwarf lords are doing some great work, man. Franz should come back. I think they're out of cavalry. Like Blood Knights are more or less gone. So we demi hammer in, we break a couple units maybe, we let them fight for a minute. Franz is back, which is cool. Getting a couple of pistoliers back. The mortars are still shooting into the blob. I think we gotta wait for an item if it's possible, and we gotta get this wagon coming in here too. That was the wagon that was chasing shit off. The mortar wagon just shooting the Stearnsman up close is so funny. All right, so we gotta get involved here. Franz is going in deep, boys. See what kind of damage he can get. Okay, we hit the Red Duke. Let's see if we can get out this way before we take any damage. Yep, and then the demis come in with their lances, potentially finish the Duke. And then we just gotta commit whatever we can here. Okay, the Duke is fallen, which is great. So now we need to, because the dwarves aren't too much of a threat for potentially winning this. So we need to go after you. Yeah, get the Vargulf here. The demi lances can pull back and around. Franz needs to kill that Vargulf, and it looks like he is. Yeah, I still think, even if we get last man standing, I don't know if it'll be enough. Let's get Franz out this way. Ah, he got staggered. The Banshee and her stupid prison shanks. I just don't know if there's enough points left. Vargulf's disintegrating. Okay. So now we let Malagor fight the Banshee for a while. Although we need the points. We can't afford to sit idle. Wait for those damn Stearnsmen to crumble away. Friggin' things. I love how these two shitty mortar wagons have just been sitting here the whole time blasting. And I have the other dread wagons coming from the other side. Malagor, no! This is treason! Malagor! Why? Get Malagor coming over here. You know what? We'll ram you with our wagon if you want to play that game.
My subjects call.
We'll ram you with this wagon incredibly hard. Here it comes. Oh yeah, Malagor. This is the bold Franz play here. This gives us extra AP damage, so we're gonna pop it. Oh yeah. We hit once. We missed the second time. Oh, come on. Oh, Franz! Franz! Get him! Come on, Franz. King on king, sort of, or emperor, whatever. You guys get the picture. Okay, Demis, come over here. We need help with this dwarf. He's just not breaking. He's stubborn. Guess I'll use the rune fang. I didn't want to, but we're going to. Come on. Give it to us, precious. Oh my god, he's got the mighty oathstone and shit. He's just going ham. Okay. Oh, no, Demis, go. Interceptor. Block her. Okay, we got Malagor. Oh. Okay, so now this is where things get messy. We have to send in everything and just cycle charge this Banshee to death. It's got negative leadership, so we can just kind of chill near it and then like, I don't know, man. Oh yeah, baby. Come on, Franz, get one attack in there. Okay, we can pull back. We need to crumble its leadership. Thankfully, the wagons are going to take like 10 years to kill. But so will this Banshee. Okay, crumbling is good. It's 10 HP per second. It adds up. We got 3 more wagons coming in to replace the ones that just retreated. Franz gets in there, does some fat damage. Crumbling, negative 15. We'll let him do 1 attack. Okay. You know, we're still going to lose because Lokir wins. Zero says he got picked on so much. It's, well, yeah, you had a scary army. Nobody wanted to fight that shit head on. Especially the Empire. We're not about fighting vampires. Screw that shit. I mean, we are, but in campaign. Alright, the Banshee's not crumbling at the moment, which is not good. Oh, Franz missed. That's not good. His back's kind of turned to the model. Okay. I think Demogryphs are like probably one of my favorite units in the game. I need to get better with using them, but they're so cool. The spooky lady is very scary. Look at her. She's currently slippery. She's lubed herself up. It's just like in how in MMA they have those like controversies where like people cover themselves with Vaseline. So the winner is actually going to be Lokir. Even though I'm last man standing, he got more points. So he must have done some devastating damage against the dwarves. Oh god, get in there, come on. End her? Come on, Franz. Yes, we get the moral victory, but oh wait, we still won it? Oh my god, we won by like 2 points. No freaking way. No way. Did I win that? What? No freaking way, dude. Oh my god, how many points did I win by? Oh, like 40 points. Holy shit. No, not GG Lokir. Oh man, the Franz, dude. The power of the Franz compels you. Yeah, 3K. I always thought it was 2,500, but I guess it's more. Holy shit. Wait, what? I know. Yes, dude. Sigmar bless. Oh yeah, look at that. That's good shit. If only I had not forgot to put my stupid life caster on a horse, I would have been fine. Lokir did deserve it, but in the end, he paid the troll toll. 1,600, 1,300 of the mortar wagons, 1,000 on each of these. Pistoliers did really good too. They all paid for themselves. Like almost my whole army did well. This is the one Demi that got caught earlier, which was unfortunate, but the power of the mullet compels you. Yeah, dude, barely 33 points. Yeah, that's insane, dude. So the value of my whole army, 1,300, 16 on the grenades, pretty good. 1,000, yeah. I'll show you guys the value in every army so we can take a look. Lokir got 2,900. Not quite as much as Franz Daddy, but he did good. What did really well? His shades probably 1,800, 2,200 on these shades. Damn, not bad. 040 got kited around the map and then like got dragged through like 3 armies. He did really well though, considering that. He almost came back. It's like I hate fighting Blood Knights with Empire, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna go do my thing. 3,200 on these Blood Knights. Damn, dude, that's insane. The other ones got killed really quickly in our first fight, but he really made it up on these other ones. Yeah. For the dreaded Red Devil. The dwarf, this guy was my true ally this game. The Red Devil and I were working together. He was like battling them while I was like, you know, repositioning. Yeah. Now, Trogdor, you can use what's called the debug camera if you want to look that up on YouTube. Party Elite has a really good guide on that, but it's called debug camera. Yeah. The Red Devil was the true ally of Sigmar, just like the Alliance of old, until Malagor kind of got bloodthirsty at the end and had to fight Franz. Ooh, 2,200 on that flame cannon. Pretty nice. So his bombers kind of got shut down, though. The bombers would probably have trouble against Lokir chasing them and shades and stuff. All right, guys. So, just to reiterate today's group stage phases, we are going to be having Grombrindal and Kholek advancing. So those lords were able to win earlier. For anyone joining, I would recommend going back and watching. And the grenade value, I showed you guys earlier, but it got 1,600, 20,000 damage. So it killed a lot of zombies and skeletons and stuff. But thank you to Son of Solaire, Como Topic, Eros becoming a new member, Schmandolf, Como Topic again, Caviaria, and Alexander, Horus Heresy, Thomas Swingler, and Alexander in the beginning. So thanks again for joining, guys. That's going to be it for today's short stream. I'm going to let the old hand rest and take care of some recording, because I want to record some battles too today. So I'm going to go do that. But thank you guys for your support. Really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, bash that button, join the party. We're going to be having a lot of fun content coming up soon. And that's it. Danger Donger, we just closed out, man. We just closed out. Yeah. I know, Pwn. I don't use debug either. It's for cheaters. Yeah. I know. 1,600 is really good for that unit. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. GG, well played. Congratulations to Kholek, Papa Palpatine, and Grombrindal, who's being played by Grombrindal. Those bad boys will be advancing. And that is going to be it for today's tournament. Thanks to all the guys playing in the FFA too. It was quite a blast. Thanks to the mods. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Short stream, but if you are just joining now, go back and watch it. There were some really, really good games, some super fun stuff. Some ones you wouldn't expect to be comebacks, but they were. And that is it. Thank you, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Avoid Nurgle's Plague. Really, really, really appreciate you all. And that's it for now. Cheers, guys.